and welcome to the Computer Game Show. My name is Sean Bell. I am joined by Matt Murray.
E3 Hype Train!
And James Farley.
Don't do that, Matt. It's
Are you not hyped,
Choo-choo,
James?
motherfucker. So it's E3 next week, and some people seem to think that E3 is on the wane. Oh, it's dying. Oh, everyone's pulling out. But those people aren't friends with Matt Murray and his infectious
Absolutely not. It's
delirium.
the greatest week in games. How can it, James? Are you not excited?
no.
Seriously, I know. Yeah, I don't expect you to be doing whooping and whatnot, but are you not a little bit excited about the best week in games?
I'm looking forward to some things. You know, I'm looking forward to Nintendo's show, and I'm looking forward to. That's it, really. I mean, that's mostly what I'm looking forward to. And because all the other ones, they're I don't know, they just don't look good. And we're going to miss all the awkwardness of EA's one and stuff as well, and weird Sony stuff. It's just a shame it's all not there.
Yeah, it is a shame they're gone, but it's just it's like the excitement of the week. Game announcements, hands on, and
I know, but it's there's also people saying, oh, Microsoft are going to win E3 this year. It's well, yeah, because they're the only company going. It's no one else cares
by default. No, I always struggle to explain this. I enjoy the circus of it, and I enjoy it when it's shit, and when it is occasionally good. And I just, I don't know. I enjoy the ride regardless of actual quality. Of course, it is just like a horrific marketing exercise, but it's good fun.
Yeah,
I always say it's like Eurovision. It's just, I don't know, there's just something undeniably fun about it. Yeah.
It's a really good spectacle and all that kind of thing. And it is funny often, what happens.
Yeah.
Especially when you get, crushed dreams and all that kind of thing. It's pretty funny when all that happens. But it's just, I don't know, this year I just feel a bit not so happy because of the fact that there's loads of people not there. And I think that's a bit of a shame, really.
Well, loads of people being Sony and EA.
Sony, the biggest, games company there is.
It's not loads of people. It's the biggest, arguably. But
yeah.
Anyway,
so this is going to be a bit of a different episode.
No, James, what?
No, because I was going to say, the thing I'm going to miss the most is influencers at EA's thing. That's not going to happen. That's a shame.
I'm sure someone will find a way of squeezing them in.
Yeah. Slightly different episode. We're going to skip feedback and questions and stuff. We're just going to do news and then what we've been playing, which we're going to keep brief, and then we're going to go through our predictions for E3 2019, which I'm sure are all going to be completely accurate. This show is supported by our lovely patrons who send us money, and we really appreciate it. We are apparently, by the time you hear this, we will have received our first payment, so we're all going to be having milk baths and wearing hen's teeth necklaces and just full on Scrooge McDuck behaviour. Yeah, cannot wait.
Non-surgical hair replacement.
Yeah. Oh my god, you actually, you'd be a fair way towards affording one of those, wouldn't you? But especially we'd like to thank our Patreon producers for this episode: Alan M. Nash, Barney Sparkles, and Steve Garrett. Much appreciated. We're going straight into news, aren't we?
Get straight into news.
Yeah. Get straight into news. Right, James, are you a Dragon Ball Z man?
No.
Okay. That's a good thing. Good thing. Don't feel bad about that.
Mm-hmm. I'm so surprised. Isn't that like a big old anime thing? I thought you'd be well into that.
It is, but I don't like every anime series ever made. It's just
Long story short, there's a bad guy in, I forget which fucking arc. Oh yeah, so it's the Cell saga. There's this bad guy called Cell, and basically his whole ability is that he can regenerate anything, and so you cut his arm off, it just grows back and what have you. And long story short, the way he gets killed is that Gohan hits him with a Kamehameha, which is basically just a big fucking energy blast. So I think it means Great Turtle Wave or something.
So what's that called again?
The Kamehameha.
The Kamehameha. Okay.
Or Kamehameha, some people pronounce it. Whatever. Anyway, the point is, in order to defeat Cell, he does one of those so powerful that it actually destroys him. It sort of shows, the camera zooms in and shows his individual cells evaporating. The point being that if any single one of his cells remained, he would just be able to regenerate. So basically, that's what I want you to do to me with news. I don't want to survive this.
I lost the train of thought there because that's.
I said there wasn't really a train of thought to follow. To be honest, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm really struggling with these ones.
Okay, so
I figure if
basically,
they just
though,
start doing really bad ones, everyone will just be like, "Mate, don't just leave it. It's all right.
I
Just
know,
don't
I'm a
worry
bit
about it." Next
disappointed
week."
because I look forward to these each week. Like seeing, and I thought this week maybe there wouldn't even be one, so you did catch me unawares as well.
Okay,
like,
all right,
with it.
fine. Well, that's something at least.
But I will blast you with some news. And
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. So the first bit of news is we got Xbox Game Pass is coming to PC. Now this confused
Which is a funny
me.
headline, isn't it?
Well, because I thought we knew about this ages ago. Why is this?
Well, they sort of mentioned it, didn't they? And like, was it in like an earnings call or something? They were just like, "Yeah, we know Game Pass is like technically on PC, but it sucks.
Yeah.
So we need to do something about that." But now they've like officially announced.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they
I mean,
are doing
yeah.
something
They
about
said
that,
it was
right?
coming, but this is the detail.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the detail. So the PC version, it's not as simple as basically just whatever's on Xbox is on PC, because that'd be too good, I guess. So what they've done is they're now offering what they call a curated library of over 100 high-quality PC games on Windows 10. Mm-hmm. So the games are going to come from, like they mentioned, like Bethesda, Devolver, Sega, Deep Silver, and a load of others and everything. And so the new Xbox Game Studio games will also come to PC on the same day with the global release. So presumably that means anything that we see at E3 that's like first party is also coming to PC, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
If it's from that.
That'd
So
be cool.
I guess that's good. And subscribers will also get 20% off games currently in the Microsoft Store. But there's no pricing on how much Game Pass is going to cost. I'd imagine it's going to be the same, isn't it? Like,
It is the same, yeah. Because as I say, you can already, like, if you have Game Pass and it is, attached to your Xbox Live account, you log in on a PC and it's the same. It's there. Like, you can download, Forza Horizon 4 or one of the other 3 games that you currently get with it. So yeah, it's all like already totally like synchronized. So
are you excited about this, Sean?
I am, because I mean at the moment I'm paying for it anyway. Like largely just so I can occasionally have the odd go on Forza Horizon 4. Sea of Thieves, I do still want to go back to it at some point. So like, if you can get a deal, which currently I think we're all on that 3 months for £2 deal.
Yeah. Yep, still on that.
Like that's I'll pay that to access those few games. But obviously if I was paying the full, was it like £8 a month normally? Maybe not so much, but obviously, yeah, if this is the way they're going and they're actually adding a shitload of stuff, that's well worth doing.
I'll tell you what would be interesting is if you buy one and it like works over PC and Xbox, because that would be amazing if they did that. They won't.
Well, as
probably,
I say, yeah, I mean,
if
if it continues to work as it does now, then that is, I assume that is exactly what will happen. So, yeah, so essentially, if you're getting access to like 2 different libraries, that'd be really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They've also said that basically you'll be able to get those games in Steam as well. They're not to be locked to games for Windows.
I'm coming to that.
Oh, sorry, that wasn't in the piece.
Well, I know, but it was in the next piece that I put in the thing. So just wait. Okay, it's fine.
Got it all planned out.
Yeah. So also, as Matt just said, Microsoft are bringing more PC games to Steam, and they're adding like Windows 32 support to Windows Store. So the point with this is they're bringing their own Windows PC games to other stores, which will be like Steam and stuff. And Phil Spencer has said that they want like all of the Microsoft like game studios to have like a greater presence on the PC, and this is like the move. So Gears 5 and Age of Empires, those games are coming first, and they're also enabling this full support for native Win32 games in the Windows Store. Which I guess is this because they killed? Is it UWP? The Universal Windows Platform. And
yeah, I assume so. Yeah,
because that's gone now. So presumably that's like because that's gone. It's like they realised nobody was doing that. And they were just like, whatever. Okay, just Windows 32 games.
Yeah, because so for an example, and tying back to the Game Pass thing. So like when Mutant Year Zero came out, and it came out on PC and Xbox, and is part of Game Pass, but the PC version isn't on the Windows Store; it's on Steam, because no one can be fucking bothered putting stuff on the Windows Store. So I assume, like, if the developers had the option to, include it as a Game Pass game, but on something other than the Windows Store, that might have been an option they'd have taken. So, yeah, this is potentially one of the ways that Game Pass is going to be worth having on PC, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was really surprised when they said it's coming and it's a different package. It's not just you have Game Pass and it's the same games on both platforms. It's good that they're sort of utilising games that are built for PCs and sort of and relevant for the audience,
totally.
I guess, rather than just here's all the Xbox stuff that was also on PC. It makes it a little bit more complicated in a way. But
yeah, because if it was just all the same stuff, then there'd be a lot of sort of more PC-focused genres that would just get left out entirely. So
So if I have both an Xbox and a PC, and I buy Game Pass, that's going to work. Will I need 2 separate subs? Is that how
that's what we were just talking about, Matt.
Were you?
Yes, we just talked about that for a few minutes.
Oh, right, okay, must have missed that.
Yeah, I was just saying, so I just have the one sub and that works across both.
Oh, yeah, I remember saying that now,
yeah, so I don't see why that would change unless they want it to be really stingy. But we'll see.
Yeah, because if you're owning both of those machines, an Xbox and PC, you always got 2 for the price of 1, haven't you? So decent.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay, next story is about Super Mario Maker 2. Because there's been news about this, and I mean, in general, the general news about this has been really positive, isn't it? Like when it was announced, everyone's really excited. They've added all this stuff; it's brilliant, that kind of thing. But then we found that, as usual with Nintendo, they found a way to make it a bit disappointing. I mean, that's the thing with Nintendo stuff; it's never completely disappointing, but it's always a bit disappointing. Yeah, there's always something which makes it not quite as good.
Never ruins it, but it's just enough to make you be like, "Oh, what? Why?"
It's always a case of. That's a missed opportunity. Every time it's like that. So in this case, what it is that the game does have online multiplayer, but not with friends. You can only do it with random people. So it's like you can't. I mean, do you know the reason for this? Apparently,
is it paedophiles again?
No, it's not paedophiles this time. Apparently not. This time it's because they're trying to stop teams working together to game the leaderboards. That's
fucking
bollocks.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Because
then
it
why
pisses
not?
me off.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, why not just have a friends-only leaderboard then? If you're going to do that. Why?
Exactly.
This makes no sense at all.
This is what fucks me off, because it's the same mentality that they applied to Splatoon 2, and that is why that game is now dead, despite it being, one of the most fun shooters of the generation. Mm-hmm. The fact that you couldn't just play with mates, it's because they took this view of, oh no, you either... everyone plays with mates or no one does.
Yeah.
So you're either part of a fucking an arranged game with either teams of 2 or 4, or you just play on your own, because they think that it's unfair that someone who's playing with randoms might be paired up against a team of 4 mates. But as you say, why not just put in a mode which is just no one gives a shit? Yeah. Just do whatever you want, because I guarantee you that would be the most popular mode by far. It's annoying when you're on your own and you get put up against a full stack of mates on the other team, but I'll take that over never being able to play with my mates, because I can never get a full team together. It's just, it's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre.
Maybe they just don't want to add another game-specific page to Nintendo Online, for that.
It's a lot of work.
They just can't be bothered.
They'd have to pay the people who did it again.
So
here's another $5.
Is this just the multiplayer and not the co-op sort of level creation?
Presumably, it's just online multiplayer. Yeah.
So you'll still be able to make levels with mates. It's just
but probably only offline. You'll be able to do that, not together at the same time online. There's no way they'll let you do that. Come on, that's super advanced for Nintendo. Something like that.
Oh yeah, you both create levels online together, but clearly that's not.
I very much doubt it. Yeah. I mean, the other stuff, they've also killed off amiibo support. So that's gone.
That's really surprising.
Also, that's a shame, because then that removes the mystery mushroom costume stuff, which that sounds ridiculous. No, it sounds ridiculous, but there's good reasons for that, actually, because when they added that, it meant people used it to create themed levels. Because you could make a level based around, I don't know, like Splatoon or something like that. You could do that, and then the characters that the people were playing with were Splatoon characters or Pac-Man or whatever. And it added an extra sort of layer to it. So removing that is kind of a shame, really, and it also they had themed events and all sorts of stuff that were based around these. So that's a shame.
It is a shame,
but it's Nintendo. This is what they do. It's they give with one hand and then stick a finger up with the other. It's a bit annoying.
I just thought, any Splatoon 2 fans out there, I know the game isn't dead. I have a feeling I'm going to get shouted at for saying that. I know people still play it, but do you know what I mean? There's not an active... No one talks about it anymore, and it's still missed opportunity. And I'm worried the same thing will happen with the co-op stuff in this now.
I know. I mean, Splatoon is still massive in Japan, And also, like, you can easily get games still of it. Like, my son plays it most weekends, and it's always packed, with loads of people. But but I know what you mean. It's like it's still for like people. Okay, maybe people like us, or maybe lots of other people. It hasn't like reached its. It doesn't reach the potential, that it's got. To be something really massive. Maybe
like at no point have any of us gone like, oh, does anyone fancy a game of Splatoon 2 tonight?
Yeah,
because you basically can't do that.
And it's the same thing for pretty much everything on Nintendo Online, which is a shame. Like stuff like Mario Kart. How often we ever play anything like that online? Because it's just hassle to to set up and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, and how do we chat with each other? And
these are games that would be amazing to play like as a group, like regularly. It'd be really good to do that. And I know you can do that, like using Discord and using stuff like that, but it's hassle. It's just not simple at all. It's just irritating. So that's a shame. Okay, anyway, moving on. Bethesda say that they knew that Fallout 76 launch would be, quote, bumpy. And so this was Todd Howard. He was on IGN Unfiltered, and he said that Bethesda saw a lot of the problems with Fallout 76 before they released it. So do you want me to read the full quote here that he said here? Because it's quite good. He said, "That was a very difficult development on that game to get it where it was. We were ready for a lot of those difficulties that ended up on the screen. We knew, hey, look, this is not the type of game that people are used to from us, and we're going to get some criticism on it. A lot of that is well-deserved criticism." And then he basically promises they're working to improve it, but I don't know, just probably don't release games that are broken in the first place and expect the community to fix it.
If it's that bad, don't charge full fucking price for it.
Yeah.
And
just don't release it. Or at least release it in like sort of, like for free or whatever, in like early access or something, and say like, this is a mess, but we're looking at like improving it or whatever. But it was released as like a full price, this is a full game. I mean, you remember that press conference he did, like the one last year before it came out, and he was like, this is the full Fallout experience, this is like the biggest like Fallout world, all that hyperbole and all that kind of thing. It's shameful. It's ridiculous.
I mean, they did say that it wasn't. They said it was going to have bugs, didn't they, at the beginning? But
I know, so. But there's bugs and there's
they did,
they put that sort of statement out, didn't they? That was like, but again, it was sort of grim because the letter was like, we're going on an adventure together to find out how fucked our game is. Give us 40 quid.
You could think to test our game for us. It's like
pay us for the privilege.
But it's clearly like an investor issue as well, because as you said, if it was and it was a totally fucked game, and it's not like they can delay it, but and I'm sure the players will just live with a delay, because I think ultimately the level-headed gamers realise that a delay is ultimately good for a game, because it means the game is going to be better when they actually get to play it. But obviously the investors aren't as easy to deal with. That's arguably why these games get pushed out, because it's like the investors expected this game to be out at a certain time.
I suppose so. As usual, capitalism is the problem.
But it's also, I mean, it's a shame because Bethesda have always been known for like really buggy stuff, that's come out that always gets patched and everything. But it's like this just makes it so much worse. This sort of
Something
thing.
Else, doesn't it?
But it's like it's the Bethesda side, isn't it? It's like not the id side, which is like their stuff comes out. It's in really good.
Who's it? They owned by ZeniMax.
Yeah, ZeniMax Sweden. Yeah. But it's
it is probably pressure from on high.
I mean, from what I hear, 76 is a lot better. It's got tons more content, and they're working on it. Obviously, the launch was like the game wasn't great, but also there's all the stuff surrounding it, like with the influencers and the bags. That's separate from the game entirely. The game itself was buggy, didn't have a lot of content, but I think a lot of the throwaway was actually mostly about the other stuff surrounding it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think people just were bored as well because there wasn't much to do, and there was the whole thing where there was no NPCs to talk to or anything like that, and you got missions from like a terminal and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, see, I've always had a soft spot for Bethesda stuff because I've been playing their stuff since Daggerfall, like on PC back in the 90s, and that was a complete disaster when that first came out. It didn't work at all. But I think it was by the 2.14 or 2.13 patch, it kind of became stable enough that you could play it. But it still crashed all the time and had things wrong with it. But it was still a fantastic world. That was I still think it's still one of the biggest game worlds ever created because it was all like generated.
Fucking huge, isn't it? Yeah.
And it was a really good game, but shame. Anyway, that's Fallout 76, but I've got something else here, which Matt's going to be delighted about, because I've got a bumper Anthem update.
Hey,
we got
James,
thank fuck.
I know the narrative is that you hate the game, and like, yes,
I never said I hate the game. I'm just pointing out what's going on with it.
Yeah, well, the narrative
delivering
is
the
like,
news. He doesn't want to do it.
Kicked in every
He
single
doesn't
week.
want to do it, Matt. He doesn't want to do
No,
it.
I don't want to tell these stories, but
I mean,
it's
like
important.
each week there's like a story, but this week it feels like you've gone above and beyond. Have you now got Google Alert set up, James? There's like 5 news stories.
There was 3. There's 3 news stories, but they are quite interesting to see how. I mean, I'm just interested in sort of chronicling how this game is being received and how it's sort of
James,
moving on.
you need to write the book on this game.
That would be that'd be interesting.
You read every news story. You might as well. You're probably the best man for the job.
Yeah. So anyway, here's some of the stories. So first of all, there's the EA have deleted like its roadmap details for Anthem. Like, so the original roadmap that they had out, it hasn't been completed. They haven't done it. But now, if you go to the roadmap page, there's no detail on what's coming next. So Acts 2 and 3 are just blank. Like, and originally they had like information apparently, but now they're just blank, and all it says is like what you can do now, but then it doesn't have any detail about what you're going to be able to do in the future. That's not good. And then they've got then also there's this Cataclysm event. So I mean, I don't know if you remember, but when we watched that like E3 unveil, they talked about these events as being like a big deal. You know, they were going to like sort of they were going to be world changing events that would like reshape the whole thing, change the world map, all that kind of stuff. So the first event wasn't due to drop until July, but people already aren't happy about it because apparently it's going to last 8 weeks and it's not going to have the sort of the scope that was originally offered.
I mean, it was due to drop like in March, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's been delayed. But so the whole idea was that it was going to like completely like reshape everything. Yeah, this is the kind of thing. But now we've discovered that the changes, none of this is like absolutely confirmed, but it seems that the changes are going to be limited to 3 small areas and just for the event. So there'll be like this Cataclysm event, you'll go to like an arena, and then the whole point is that you focus on killing as much as possible within a time limit, and then the objectives also you're given are the same that are already in the game. There's like no new enemy types or anything like that, and then once the event's over, it's done. There's no permanent changes at all. So
fuck's sake.
Yeah, so that's kind of that. And I mean, so that's kind of disappointing, I guess. But then also the other thing that we noticed last week, this is just after we record, I think, is that it's missing from EA's like EA Play live schedule, like for E3. So that, I mean, that's weird. Yeah, the fact that it's not there because
that's the biggest issue. Yeah,
yeah.
The fact their game is not even on their E3 showcase.
Because I mean, on the E3 showcase, I mean, they've got like games that you'd expect. Like, Battlefield 5's already out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's being showcased. And you've also got, like, Sims 4 and stuff like that, whereas Anthem is just nowhere to be found. And, I mean, I do feel sorry for them in a sense, really, because I guess what's happened here is, like, with Destiny, you had Bungie's, like, whole team working on that, didn't you? Like, all the time. That's, like, their main thing is working on Destiny. Whereas with BioWare, like, a lot of those have already gone off, haven't they, to like work on Dragon Age and everything. So
yeah, I
think they probably thought that after Anthem came out, they could just divide those people off and then there'd be like a skeleton crew or whichever, which would just keep pumping out content. But they were probably expecting that the base game was going to perform significantly better than it has.
Work. Yeah,
and then it would be fine because it's like, okay, these people can deal with Anthem and then we can go on. But that hasn't happened, and it's now what's going to happen? With this. I mean, I'm really surprised. I said that I didn't think it would be at E3, but I'm kind of surprised myself by the fact that it isn't at E3. Because you're just thinking, what are they going to do with this now? I mean, that's not a great vote of confidence.
I mean, when the live EA's E3 live stream event was announced for all the games, and people were like, "Well, where's Anthem?" Then there's like an announcement saying, "Don't worry, it's not at E3." Or they didn't say that. They basically said, "Don't worry, there is a live stream in the next 2 days where we're going to talk about the game." Sort of implying, "Well, we don't need to wait for E3. We've got all the big news right here, right now."
We'll do our own. We don't need a showcase. We'll do our own thing. It's fine. It's fine. No, like we've said before, when everything was going quiet, like, okay, it could mean the game's fucked, or it could just be recognition of the fact that maybe they do just need to shut up and go away and work on it for a while.
They definitely do.
But if you've paid for, there's like a season pass, right? Or is it just the game? I can't remember.
I don't know. I think it's just the game at this stage, isn't it?
So it's not like they're. I mean, okay, people were maybe expecting things that now aren't being delivered, but they can't legally kick off because
they're not.
The extra content was free. So yeah. Like if they are just recognizing that they need to just be quiet and work on something, and then in 6 months be like, okay, we think we've got it now.
Yeah, definitely. That's the safest thing.
Fine,
like,
but again,
the last thing they want to do
communicate
is
that. I mean,
show off any Anthem stuff, and then that's the talking point. Like, people aren't going to remember FIFA 20 or maybe they won't remember Jedi Fallen Order, but they will remember the absolute car crash Anthem stream. So let's just take out the conversation. It's not going to overshadow anything because it's not there. And then, as you said, Sean, they'll just get back to work, and in 6 months maybe they'll say, "Here we go."
Yeah, and we saw this with No Man's Sky. Like, No Man's Sky, there was a good... God, it must have been about, 6 to 9 months of just like, oh, they've gone completely silent. What on earth is happening? And then, boom, first big patch, newer features added, and here's the roadmap for everything else we're doing with it, and it's going to be awesome, which it was in the end. So, stranger things have happened.
I mean, it's a very, very different type of game, but yes, I mean, they need to learn from that. And I'm thinking this probably is them learning from it. I mean, it's a bit of a joke, like, oh, how is Anthem not E3? It clearly doesn't need to be in that, but there isn't the stuff there for it. Just put it in the background, get on with work, and then show off the good games. Yeah,
I just hope that is what's happening, and they're not just shelving it. But
I can't believe they would shelve it.
They're shelving it. It's gonna quietly disappear. I mean, it already is quietly disappearing. I'll give it. I'm sure there's going to be one
disappearing with your news stories every week.
Well, exactly.
You won't let it quietly disappear.
There will
but again,
be...
it's the difference between disappearing and just going on a sabbatical, isn't it? Yeah. It's like,
I mean, I reckon that there will be, in the future, one big kind of like, suddenly a big flourish will come out of this. But then I don't think it'll be enough, and I don't think anyone will care by that point, is the problem. But, I guess we'll see. Okay, do you want the next one?
Please.
Yeah. Okay, so Call of Duty Modern Warfare is getting rebooted.
Hooray!
It is.
Yeah.
Is it getting rebooted? I thought this was just the next one, but they were just calling it Modern Warfare
because
they've run out of ideas.
Or something?
It's a soft reboot in the same way that like what they did with the Tomb Raider games and stuff like that as well. And it's Infinity Ward doing it this time, and the idea is to make the game sort of more relevant to like current events. So there won't be any like focus on sort of big world changing stuff. It's going to be more sort of looking at like civilian collateral damage and things like that. And the thing that they sort of likened it to was saying it's more like sort of Casino Royale in the sense of like being more sort of grounded in reality rather than just
so the same character but brought into the current day.
Because they use do you remember COD 4 had that AC-130 mission, so they're saying that's like the inspiration is like they want to make people feel uncomfortable by sort of showing consequences and focusing on how like war impacts individuals and stuff like that. And I think
I know people who just thought that bit was really cool. Yeah, but I know.
See, that's the problem, isn't it? Because how do you do that?
That's always the risk, isn't it? When you do stuff like this, like there always going to like any horror film or whatever. There are just going to be people who think it's cool as fuck that people get maimed and killed and what have you. But that you can't like avoid saying certain things just because certain people misunderstand it, I guess.
So what do you think, Matt? Do you care? What's your opinion?
Well, I mean, I'm really happy it's got single player mode this time. Because even in previous years, I've always enjoyed the Call of Duty, single players. It's like a nice little 4 to 6 hours of action movie thing you play through, and I've enjoyed them. So I'm really looking forward. I'm really happy, to bring that back. And I've heard some reports from, because I think this is at E3 Judges Week a couple of years ago. Yeah, and it seems much more gritty. I think like the demo they played, all the judges and stuff, and in the previews it was like set in Britain, and like I think like bombs had gone off or something similar. And then like on the next thing they were playing, they were basically, I think it was like it's equivalent like a SWAT team or something similar going into this house. So it's a very small environment. I think it's like night time, so night vision cameras on, and rather than it being sort of the big bombastic Call of Duty maps, which potentially much more big open plan, it feels like they're going to at least in that scenario, smaller, much more realistic locations like houses where they were like breaching walls and like going, like silently going up and down staircases to try and like scope in each room and so on and so forth. It feels like it's much more gritty and realistic in that regard. And there's also, I think, it's causing a little bit of controversy. People are worried about it. The fact that there's one bit, I think you might be playing a brother and sister combination, or maybe they're like, they're other characters basically. And at one point, you play as them as children, and they're in like war-torn Afghanistan or somewhere. And so I believe it will be, potentially talking about those sorts of subjects and so on and so forth. Because then I think it might go back and it's like modern day, and they're growing up. And anyway, the stuff I've heard in like the previews make it sound really interesting, actually. But mostly, I'm really happy that there is a single player, and I like the fact it's brought down to earth a lot more realistic. I'm
single player. There's also co-op as well, so that's also always nice to have.
Very nice.
So So I don't know. I mean, this is the first time that I felt, I wouldn't say excited, but interested again in like in the fact that there is something coming.
Yeah.
I mean,
have you two not heard any or listened to any of the previews of this?
No,
I haven't. No.
Yeah, you should seek them out. It does sound really interesting. With the stuff they're doing. Co-op. I mean, what's on that? Dave's gonna kill me, but there's that amazing mode in Modern Warfare 2 where it's like two of you. It's like it wasn't. It wasn't Spec Ops, was it? Because that was the other game.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it had a special name, didn't it? I can't remember what it was called.
And basically, both it's co-op, and maybe it was more than two players. Dave and I played it, and you like going through his maps, and you have to essentially like count 1, 2, 3, shoot. Because there's like two enemies to shoot.
Wasn't that Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3?
It's Modern Warfare. Yeah,
it's 2. Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. Just Pilgrim.
Yeah, they were good.
But anyway, if that sort of mode was brought in, I'd be loving that, because that was awesome. Just like going through various little maps and scenarios where two of you have got to basically, work out who's shooting where and at the same time, so you don't make a noise and distract other people. I love it if that sort of thing's brought back in. But I mean, just a single player COD, I think, is good. So I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah. Okay, and then the other sort of, not reveal because we already knew about it, but the other thing we had this week was the Death Stranding trailer.
Yes.
They announced that this was coming like this November. It's like 8th of November. Is it 8th of November?
8th of November,
I remember.
Yeah. And they had this trailer, it's like 9 minutes long, and there was like more detail about what the game's about, and it's all about reconnecting isolated cities and fragmented societies and that kind of stuff.
It's very, it's a bit on the nose, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it when games comment on real things, but when you've got the president saying to the main character, like, oh, you need to do this and make America whole again or something. It's like, whoa!
Yeah, I think it's like bring America together. This is the president, the female president, while she's in the Oval Office on her deathbed. Talking to Norman Reedus. I love the trailer.
It's all about, obviously, I mean, it sounds like it's something he's come up with not in retaliation to, but obviously as a comment on like Brexit and Trump, right? In this sort of increased, this sort of isolationist attitude. Trump wants to build a wall. We apparently don't want anything to do with our nearest neighbours. Yeah,
it's definitely touching on tones. So
sure. The fact that this game is all about you're someone who is relinking like different societies or whatever together. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I'm not really still like the actual bits of gameplay they showed still seemed like driving around on a bike, shooting guys, having a punch up, sneaking. I hope it's a bit more interesting than that, or the ways that those elements tie into like what's really going on in the game is a bit more interesting.
I mean, I'm psyched for the game, and I've loved Kojima's work, and I'm definitely getting this. There's no doubt about that. But this game has been such a mystery from day one. For them to show gameplay, that's awesome. It's great to finally see it. Ultimately, we want to see what the game is like. But it was a bit like the mystery had gone. It was just, this is a game of shooting people and
it is a video game.
Using weapons. And it was like cool in a way. Oh wow, we can see the menus, we can see gameplay, we can see what the mechanics are, and so on and so forth. But it was like, I was always like snapped back into reality of it's a game, isn't it? It's very much a video game. It seemed sort of Metal Gear 5-ish, and so I love MGS5. This has got those mechanics where you can like abseil down sort of like rock faces and cliff edges and stuff, and then also get out a massive sort of telescopic ladder to cross ravines and so on and so forth. The scene where he was running away from those enemies with like the yellow hazmat suits was weird.
It was a bit rubbish.
Like Benny Hill.
it was like, when the first guy sort of swings at him, I didn't realise he was swinging at the main character. He just seemed to be. I was like, oh, is he fighting one of the ghosts that we can't see, or something? But yeah.
But
we'll see.
it looks absolutely stunning. I've watched the trailer a couple of times, and if you watch the Japanese trailer, there's an extra like 15 seconds where you see this be like Cthulhu type monster.
Yeah,
don't quite know why it's only in Japanese version, but whatever. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. This is an absolute day one purchase. It's going to be bonkers. Can't wait to see what he's done. I'm really excited for it, and I'm really happy it's this year because obviously we haven't heard much about this. Haven't heard also much about Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. So you're like, oh, are these all being delayed to next year? But it's like a nice surprise that this is actually coming out this year.
Isn't Last of Us 2, isn't that confirmed to delay to next year now?
No, nothing's confirmed. A lot of people were suggesting that there will be a PlayStation State of Play this week. I think it was this week or last week, and people were saying, what's going to happen is that they're going to say Last of Us 2 is out in November and then potentially delay it till next year, but nothing has been said about that. I mean, it will definitely be next year now. There's no way they will drop Last of Us 2 and this year, I don't think. So, Ghosts and Last of Us will undoubtedly be next year. But I was really happy that this is this year because I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting them all to be delayed till next year, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Are you two both
especially considering
interested in this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, interested. Yeah. Yeah, like I say, I hope it isn't, with those glimpses of gameplay we saw, I just hope there is a bit more to it than I don't want it to come out and it turns out like, oh yeah, you are just doing the same basic shit just with an interesting story.
Yeah, I can't see him doing that. I mean, his games always had interesting gameplay in some way or another. I mean, the MGS5 was absolutely brilliant in terms of gameplay. So I guess we'll have to see. I can't wait to see more. I mean, I don't really want to watch any more trailers. I think I've seen the 9-minute trailer now. That's it. I don't want to see any more about babies.
Most games get in
Guillermo del Toro and stuff.
Yeah. Cool. What else we got, James?
The next one's... I mean, I've just put this in here because, I don't think either of you are going to really care that much, but the conference thing that they did was amazing, which was... this is the Pokemon company where they had their presentation, which was interesting. I mean, the main thing they had was they got Detective Pikachu 2 is coming to the Switch, and it's going to offer some conclusion to the story, but it's not going to mirror the film. But the best thing at this event was Pokemon Sleep, I think.
Pokemon Sleep was unbelievable.
I completely missed this. So
I mean, the entire presentation is only like it wasn't a Nintendo Direct because actually that's next week. I think it's next Wednesday or Thursday in the afternoon. There's like an actual Pokemon Direct. This was like the Pokemon. I can't remember the actual name, but basically it's like the Pokemon Company Business Investor Show or something. It wasn't like a consumer focusing. It was obviously they were showing consumer products, but it was much more business orientated.
And it was definitely business
orientated. 20
orientated.
minutes, but it's well worth watching because it's absolutely mad. Absolutely mad.
It was one of the best ones I've seen recently in terms of like being funny. Like there was this one bit where this guy came on and spoke about something, and then he finished, and the president just said, "Thank you for that completely irrelevant information." Like there was like related to it. It was just
So they were talking about Detective Pikachu, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, also the new Godzilla movie is out at cinemas." Yeah. And then the next one's like, "Thank you for that totally relevant content." Mention. Also, there's another bit where I think I can't remember anyone's names, of course, but one guy said, "And I'm soon to be made to put the Pokemon like director or something, providing everything goes through on Tuesday." It's like,
it's exactly what he said.
Signed off. Like, why have you announced it? It's just, I mean, maybe that's a translation thing. I don't know. But absolutely brilliant. There's loads of fantastic moments in it. It's well worth watching.
But also at the beginning,
what is Pokemon Sleep then?
Well, because also at the beginning of this, they were translating it into 3 languages as well, which was pretty funny because it just meant it takes ages to like say everything. It was just odd. Yeah. But anyway,
there's also amazing music when people came to the stage. It was,
they just
fantastic.
kept playing the same music over and over again, and it was like that really sort of like corporate sort of like chill music or whatever. It sounded very funny every time. Yeah, especially because of like how often it happened. It was just
it happened a lot. I was humming it by the end. It was brilliant.
It was brilliant. Anyway, so Pokemon Sleep. Now, what they said about this is it's going to do for sleeping what Pokemon Go did for walking. And what they mean by that is it's going to transform sleep into entertainment. This is the idea.
I mean, that is a gross sentence, but
Yeah.
people do need encouraging to get more fucking sleep because we're getting quite bad at it as we're an increasingly 24-hour society. People suck at getting enough sleep. So, yeah, all right.
So the plan is it's coming in 2020 and it's going to monitor sleep patterns and you'll get rewards for time spent sleeping. So if you go to if you go to bed, you get you wake up in the morning and you get like a magic carp or something. I don't know, something like that. And there's also a new device that is going to enable this. And this is what's really odd. So do you remember before they had the Pokemon Go Plus, which was like it was for Pokemon Go. It was like a little thing you could buy and you could carry it around with you, and it detected stuff. So that was the Pokemon Go Plus. What do you think they've called this, Sean?
I've no idea.
This is called the Pokemon Go Plus Plus.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm not joking.
no, James. It's a Pokemon Go Plus Plus. It's very different. It's not the plus plus. It's
the key difference there.
Okay, so it's the plus plus. So it's like spelt plus, but then with plus on the end. If you know what I mean. As the symbol.
What? So PLUS and then a plus
and then a symbol. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely
so
brilliant.
Awesome.
So it's the Pokemon Go plus. And this will also function with Pokemon Go. And so they're going to, you can use it also as for that. That is why, because they've just killed the Apple Watch functionality.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, and so that must be why, because they're hoping they're going to bank on people buying the Pokemon Go plus. So also, though, what's interesting about this is, do you remember Nintendo were working on that quality of life stuff before?
Yeah.
And this sounds a lot like whatever they were working on at that time, because this...
Right, so this is probably what that turned into.
Because this Pokemon Go plus thing is made by Nintendo as well. It's like their hardware division have made it. So,
right.
Yeah, because they appeared to do this. So, what do you think? I mean, do you want Nintendo to track your sleep?
I don't think I have any particular problem with it. Is it? Yeah, I mean, is this data that they're harvesting and then selling, or is it just for the purposes
Probably.
of the game?
I mean, that is the thing to do these days. Is to do that.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, yeah, like I say, a lot of people need encouraging to get more sleep, just as they needed encouraging to get outside and have a nice walk, and that worked with Pokemon Go. So I'm not totally against this. But then you can't really do too much walking, whereas you can get too much sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So are people going to be waking up and being like, are people going to be waking up like, fuck, it's only been 9 hours. I'm just not going to move.
Yeah,
I'll just lie here and piss myself, or else I won't get a Gyarados or whatever. I mean,
I'm going to book a day off work and just sleep because I'm going to get a banging Pikachu.
Hang on a minute. How does it know? Couldn't you just put the sensor just on a shelf somewhere on the floor?
No, because it's going to monitor breathing or some vibrations in the bed, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, okay, so right, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, mental, but fantastic.
Yeah, so that's.
I am glad because I did notice on Instagram when I'm bored, I go on the Instagram search page. It just sort of serves you loads of stuff it thinks you'd be interested in, and someone had done obviously it was a parody, but someone just had done a logo for Pokemon shit.
It's only a matter of time.
But obviously, out of with no context whatsoever, I was just like, well, that seems like a weird thing to just make for no reason. But okay, but now I understand. So
yeah.
Well, if there was Pokemon shit, I'd be the best at it.
Well, yeah, the amount of Magikarps you'll get, Sean.
Yeah, man.
I mean, this is crazy, but I'm very happy that they're doing it.
I don't care. Okay, so the next one we've got is Square Enix is going to reveal its Avengers game at E3. So this is apparently a big deal.
Hooray!
So, I mean, it was announced in 2017, but it's been made by Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal, and it's not clear if it's going to tie into the Marvel, cinematic universe or whatever. But
I assume not, given that that's basically. I mean, it's not over, but it's reached. I mean, maybe that's ideal actually. So it gives them a new point to sort of do what they want with it to an extent. Like, the films are sort of. I mean, I know Spider-Man's out in not long, but you know what I mean. Like, Endgame happened, and that sort of put a bit of a full stop to the first sort of season of 22 films.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe this would be a nice jumping off point to do something slightly different with it or whatever, I don't know.
But we'll know more at E3. And, So that's
I'm not sure if you got this in your in your piece, James, but there's also like a leak, sorry, from the E3 Coliseum website, which goes in a bit more detail about the Avengers game, and it basically sort of makes out it's maybe like potentially like a Destiny style game.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you serious? That's in my fucking predictions.
Well, yeah, the Avengers game will apparently feature continuous single-player and cooperative gameplay. Up to 4 players can team up in the Avengers game and customize their favourite superheroes to their playstyles according to the listing.
I've got in my fucking Square Enix predictions, Avengers is a Destiny-style action MMO hybrid.
Well, I wouldn't have let that. I wouldn't have let that pass.
Wankers.
Yeah, this is it says here, so embrace, this is like the listing. Embrace your powers and join key members of the development team, blah, blah, blah. This is a defining Avengers gaming experience, an epic action adventure that combines cinematic storytelling with continuous single player and cooperative gameplay, assembling teams up to 4 players, master extraordinary abilities, customize your heroes to fit your playstyle, and combine powers in an ever-expanding world under constant threat.
I mean, the defining Avengers video gaming experience. Well, it's either this or the fucking, the mobile card game.
Yeah.
Surely.
It's this or the match-free game.
Or the pinball table.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see what it's like.
I'm well up for this because, Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal, good teams who make good games. I am really excited to see what this looks like.
I mean, I've said on the pod before, I'm not really like a Marvel sort of guy. I've watched actually few.
Not a nerd, are you, mate?
I'm not a nerd. No, I'm a cool dude. I've seen some of the films, but I'm interested to see what they do. Obviously, it's such a massive, massive property.
I'm surprised you're not into them, Matt. I thought you. I know you love getting excited about things. And if you like getting excited about things, they're a good thing to be into because there's a new one every 4 months.
Yeah, and I did feel like I sort of missed out on the weekend. Endgame came out and everyone's psyched and watching day one and worrying about spoilers. And I was like, I feel like I'm totally missing out by not watching this. And over Christmas we watched a couple, but it's just there's a lot there, and I've never really got into superhero things at all. It's just. Anyway, that's on me.
I've always preferred. I prefer DC in terms of content, but not in terms of the films that they've released recently because they've all been awful mostly.
Yeah,
but I prefer their heroes, as it were.
Yeah, like a Marvel Destiny style game. That sounds like it's going to tick boxes and
and probably make a few quid along the way.
Probably.
So,
do you reckon? Because this is at Square Enix's one, isn't it? Do you reckon this is going to be the trailer that we're going to see at every single conference over and over and over again? We'll see it at Square Enix, we'll see it at Microsoft, we'll see it. For some reason, we'll see it at Bethesda as well. I don't know why, but we will. And we'll also see it at the PC gaming show, and it's just going to be on everything, like that Kingdom Hearts one was.
Possibly. It will definitely be. Why not? I mean, but basically, Microsoft is before Square Enix, so actually, I think we'll see. Potentially a premiere at Microsoft, and then we'll see more at the Square Enix one. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll see.
And that's it. That's all the news. There's nothing. I mean, there are other things. I mean, there's the Google. I mean, Google are doing an event this week, to show what they've got for Stadia and everything. But there's no detail about that yet. Just that it's happening on Thursday.
Yeah, and they go show off games and prices and stuff. It's interesting they're doing it a couple of days before E3. I mean, are they going to try and dominate the news? I don't think they're going to dominate the news scene with this. No. But hey, it's good that they'll finally tell us how much it's going to cost and games and stuff. I think they're doing this because the games they show will be announced at E3, I guess, or you'll see more information. I don't know.
Maybe.
That'd be interesting. Surely that would upset a lot of people at E3, though.
Well, I don't know. I mean, but maybe here's this world exclusive premiere. See more the Square Enix or the PC gaming show, or
I guess, yeah. Right, very quick. What have we been playing? Section. I'll do mine first because it is brief. I've been playing Blades of Time on the Switch.
Oh yeah,
which is a weird one, right? So this originally came out on the Xbox 360 and maybe PS3 as well. Not sure. And was a sequel to X-Blades, which was a fairly rubbish, sort of melee brawler game where you played as this main character I can't remember what she's called, but it was just really obvious, like fan servicey, like, oh, she looks like an anime girl and she's barely wearing any clothes. She just had like a series of straps for clothes.
I assume you play that game, James, yeah?
I don't know. No, not yet.
Yeah, whatever.
Not yet.
And it wasn't very good. And then, and then like a few years later, they came out with Blades of Time, which turned out it was actually a sequel to the first game, but you would never know it. It like looked completely different. Main character still quite scantily clad, like especially in 2019, a lot less excusable. But at the time, it was like, oh, they've actually put a pair of trousers on her. That's something. So, and like, yeah, she looks much more realistic. Didn't look like an anime character anymore, what have you. And I remember playing the demo of it and being like, fuck, this is actually pretty good. Like, it's got this really interesting mechanic where so basically, yeah, you can shoot and you can do sort of melee combat. And you're going through like these sort of mystical ruins and stuff. It's like a fantasy setting, but there are also guns in it, which is whatever. But the main hook was that you can rewind time, but then when you do rewind time, what you previously did like remains. So you're just making copies of yourself.
Okay.
Which, potentially really interesting when you start getting into combat, and that there will be fights where it's like you can't do this, but you need to just like attack the enemies and like stay alive for a little bit or enough to then rewind and then have another go at it while the previous you is still attacking enemies, and then you keep sort of layering it over and over until there's like 4 of you or whatever, and then you can take everyone down. Pretty cool. So yeah, and they've I don't think it like set the world on fire or anything. I think it sort of just came and went. The reviews are like, yeah, it's okay. And yeah, it's got a port to the Switch for some reason. And unfortunately, time has not been too kind to it. Like, it still looks fine, but there's like the frame rate's pretty bad at times on the Switch version. And like, with this being like a previous generation game, I don't think it's unfair to expect it to run all right on the Switch. And I didn't realise, like, in the full game, it's quite a while before you get the time rewind stuff. You do have to do, like, a good sort of 45 minutes to an hour of just plodding around doing, like, not particularly interesting on its own melee combat. And, like, there's a story, but the dialogue's just terrible. Like, the main character just, like, talks to herself all the time. Like, you go into this one bit and there's all lava, and she's like, oh, it's so hot in here. I hope I'm not in hell. Maybe I am in hell. Oh, who knows? Like, it's just all shit like that. And it's like, if I could just turn it off,
she would
that
go
would be
really,
great.
really well with Deacon from Days of Gone. Like, them two get, brilliant. House on fire.
So yeah, and that's just kind of annoying. Like I say, the combat is like fine. It's very like you're hardly pressing any buttons, and she's just doing all these insane combos with like 2 swords. But it's functional. But it's just, until you get the time rewind stuff, it's not that interesting. And like, I don't know, it's just okay. And it doesn't do enough in those initial sections to make you think like, oh, this will be good. And then, suddenly it's this huge surprise when you get the time rewind stuff. You are just like, when do I get to the time stuff? Because this is just not interesting at all. So yeah, not much of a recommendation, unfortunately. Like, even when you do get the time, like, so one of the first things it gives you to do when you get the rewind time stuff is it's like there's this enemy with a shield, like just like a bubble shield around him, and it's like, oh yeah, in order to destroy the shield, you've got to do like a certain amount of damage to him within a really short space of time. So it's like, right, so basically make like 4 clones of yourself and just shoot the shit out of him. And I don't know if I missed like an important bit of the tutorial, but it took me fucking ages. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but it just didn't seem to be working. So there's just instances like that where you just kind of, you're doing what you're told, but it's just not quite clicking for whatever reason, and you're just like, I don't really care. I had one instance where one of the little tooltips that comes up as you're playing literally just said like tool_tip_1.
Oh god.
Which for a bug like that to survive like 7 years or whatever since it originally came out is pretty impressive. So yeah, interesting idea, but it doesn't quite pull it off, and certainly like in 2019 probably nah.
So it's a weird. So it's just weird. It's sort of come out after so long after the first one, and it's done this.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, I guess they felt it had enough of a cult following that it was worth another go, and maybe they're right. But I just wasn't keen, unfortunately.
Blades of Time. I mean, it doesn't matter. You said scantily clad, so James will be buying it.
He's already bought it.
It's on my list now, so it's fine.
Yeah. And I've also played. I know James, you played this as well. I've played Gato Roboto, but I've finished it, and you've just played a bit. Do you just want to talk about it, and then we'll do like a full go over it next week?
I mean, I've only played it for an hour. Okay. But I am enjoying it so far. I mean, the thing liking about it, I mean, maybe this changes, but I like how focused it feels. Does that change at all?
No, it is just a very succinct and to the point Metroidvania.
Yeah, I mean, it's because, usually often with like Metroid style games, you know, when you like go to different areas, there's often like lots of things that are possible that you can't do. Whereas in this, it feels a lot more sort of pared down to like, okay, I kind of know what I need to do here, and I know I'm going to come back here, but there's not that many things that I'm going to have to consider, if you see what I mean. Yeah,
totally.
And that is kind of what I was enjoying. But that's it, really. I mean, I don't really have much else to say. I mean, it is really nice. It's certainly really enjoyable, but yeah, I've not far enough in really to give any sort of verdict on it at all.
I didn't know it was a Metroidvania. For some reason, I thought it was a puzzle game. And even when I saw your screenshot on Twitter the other day, Sean, I was just like, I think you're asking how to get out of this room, so I assumed it's a puzzle.
Oh, yeah, so that's like I was going to say an end game bit, I suppose it technically is. But yeah, no, it wasn't a puzzle as such. It was an ability I was missing at the time.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you'll probably get it finished this week, James. It is only like 3 to 4 hours long, but yeah, so we'll have a proper chat about it next week, I reckon.
Yeah, well, it won't be next week. It'll be the week after. But
sorry, yeah, God,
yeah.
So you'll definitely have it done by then. The other thing I've liked about it also is it doesn't seem terribly hard either. Like, I mean,
it's not. It's all right.
I got stuck on the second boss, the one with the the one that's like firing, the one in the water.
Yeah,
that took me about 4 or 5 goes, I think, until I did it. But then it was only
some
because
of the bosses are a bit of a pain, but yeah.
I mean, it only took me longer because I was being impatient, really. Where it's like, okay, if you just take your time, it'll be fine. That kind of thing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
but yeah, and also looks nice. But yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. Matt?
Me? Yeah, we've had a busy week, but I've been playing Outer Wilds. Have you two played this yet?
No.
I haven't.
Is this a Game Pass game, yeah?
Yes, a Game Pass game. I'd
not on PC, though.
It's not. Oh, yeah, of course. The Game Pass was not on PC. So there's the Outer Worlds, which is an Obsidian game.
Yeah.
And in this game, and I knew about the Obsidian game, but when I heard Outer Wilds, I was like, I think is that the Obsidian game? Anyway, I got a bit confused with that. And then when Outer Wilds reviews were dropping, I was like, oh, so it's out already, is it? Again, we then realised it's a different game. And then the reviews being fantastic. I was like, oh, this sounds so good. It sounds right up my street. And then I realised it's actually a Game Pass game. So I was like, this is even better. I mean, in the same week, I didn't actually get time to play it. But also, Void Bastards is also out on the same day on a Game Pass. So it feels like it was a great week for Game Pass.
What is
that? What is that exactly?
Void Bastards, I talked about it, only of course you went there. I talked about it at Rezzed. Void Bastards it's like a first-person shooter, but it's like you're travelling across space and then you're sort of arriving at like derelict vessels and then running around them in first person, collecting stuff and resources, shooting enemies, and then sort of making your way across the galaxy, basically. And it's very good fun.
This is also on Game Pass, yeah?
Yeah,
it's also on Game Pass. I'm very upset about.
It's like a 3D FTL, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Like 3D first-person FTL. This is probably
Well, hang on, is it like a roguelike kind of thing then?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. It looks good. It's that really shaded game. I'm sure you've probably seen screenshots of it online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you probably have.
Anyway, they're both on Game Pass. I installed that, but I started playing Outer Wilds and didn't really want to play anything else. Outer Wilds is it's a first-person game where you are this astronaut guy. I mean, you're a creature, but I'm not sure exactly what creature you are. And basically, the game starts off, and they're like, "Oh, it's your first, flight today. You explore the galaxy, I suppose." And you're like, "Yeah, I guess I will do." And basically, within 20 minutes of the game starting, the sun explodes and you die. And basically, the game is that every 20 minutes, the sun explodes, and then you die, and then you basically re-go again and again and again. Things you do in each of these loops will change what happens in the next one. You might basically find out certain things, and then that will affect what you do next time. But basically, each of these lives you have, these gameplay loops last just 20 minutes. And basically, you fly off from the home planet you're on, and there are, I think, 5 or 6 other planets, each of which are totally unique and have their own unique elements. Maybe I mean, I think I don't want to spoil too much of this game. I've really barely played it compared to a lot of people. But on each of these planets, there are like cool little surprises, cool secrets, cool things to learn. And so I wouldn't really want to spoil much. But basically, yeah, it feels very much like a No Man's Sky with absolutely tons and tons of charm. Whereas No Man's Sky, which I absolutely loved, you are amazed by sort of the size of the galaxy, and every planet could be different because of how the algorithm basically, dynamically generated the wildlife and the plant life and the planet itself. These are like 5, I can't remember if it's 5 or 6, but there's hardly any planets really, but they're all expertly sort of curated and created, and they've all got really basically a fantastic environmental storytelling, which you're learning as you navigate the planet, and then the sun blows up and then you go back there. There are tons of really fantastic characters that you meet along the way. I think the writing is fantastic. It made me laugh and made me smile. There's like a really nice feeling to it. And yeah, but story wise, I haven't really fully worked out what it is, and from what I've read from reviews, basically that will eventually come to you. Essentially, what it feels like is you go to these planets and you're trying to work out what's happening to the universe, why the sun's blowing up. I guess there's another alien race called the Nomai. And I think they may have created a universe, or they had some hand in it at least. And for every planet you go to, there's this Nomai language, which you basically you scan over this like weird sort of writing on these walls, and you hold down a right bumper, and you can basically decode or translate the language. And even that's like a really nice little mechanic where all you're doing is looking at these things on the wall and holding down a bumper, but it like changes color and sort of branches off into different areas, and this like image in front of you. It's quite nice to like, and basically you learn the language gradually. You learn what happened on each particular planet. That gives you clues. And when you go to your map screen, either in your ship, I think also maybe in a menu, there's like a massive sprawling, a chart is the wrong word, but basically there's loads of boxes with text, and those like connect to other boxes, like a massive, it's not a flow chart, but a massive basically thing that connects all these little clues. And so maybe you'll go to one planet and you'll discover this campsite, and it'll say, "Oh, a campsite discovered," and it'll write down in your ship log, "Oh, I've seen this," and then there'll be maybe like a question mark next to it, which connects to another clue, and it says, "Oh, maybe you should explore here." And basically, because you're juggling lots of these different clues at once, this like captain's log or ship log helps you, tell you basically what you could be focusing on in the next 20-minute playthrough.
No.
But yeah, like there's a bunch of travelers which left your home planet, and they've all gone sort of missing, and they've all got their own unique instruments. You yourself have this gun basically, and it has various different modes. It's not like a firing bullets gun. It has like various ones. One's like it scans the local area. One it uses you change your mode to translate that Nomai language. Another which is it's basically it listens out for these other musical instruments around the universe, and it doesn't matter whether someone's like 2 feet ahead in front of you or like 30,000 miles in front of you, but directly in front of you. Where you move your device, you can hear like certain types of music, and you're like, okay, well, someone is over in that direction. I mean, that could be like past many planets. It could be through the sun. But yeah, I love that. So okay, well, there's clearly someone I need to talk to right over there, whether it's on this planet I'm on now or 5 or 6 planets away. It's utterly charming, and it has like a real sense of adventure, because there's so many cool things on these planets. Some things, because you're on like a 20-minute countdown, some things happen on some planets where you basically got to you've got to get certain parts of the planet really quick before other things happen that stop you seeing that thing because time has passed.
Right, yeah.
So it's not like so some parts. So maybe you've gone on the planet and explored a bit, and you find this room or this area. That area could maybe be like blocked up, but if you went there straight away, it wouldn't have been blocked up because something happened between minutes like 5 and 10. So there's loads of crazy cool things happening on these various different planets. There's one where there's a black hole right in the middle of it. That's like the closest planet to your one. So if you like try and make a big jump over to some other like platform, you'll get sucked into this black hole, and that you'll get chucked off into the depths of space. I've only played for like 2 or 3 hours. But I'm absolutely loving it so far, and I know for a fact you two would love it too. I know, like you, obviously, you're a big fan of No Man's Sky, Sean. This feels like a No Man's Sky experience, but just like but curated and condensed, and there's so much charm and interest on these planets. Like I said, No Man's Sky was exciting because like, wow, what's going to be on this planet? But it all felt pretty shallow. It's like, oh, well, I've seen
Not
like
quite
a weird
samey
animal.
after a while, didn't it?
I've seen like a weird cavern. This is like what's could be on there, and there could be like some crazy characters and and writing and events and stuff. I'm absolutely loving it so far. Absolutely loving it.
Yeah, it's we were saying on WhatsApp the other day. I did sort of chuckle when the trailer for this, like one of the selling points was like explore a handcrafted universe.
Yeah, it very, very much is that.
But yeah, no, I'm well up for this. Because I think it's like a tenner on the Epic store, so I should probably just get it.
Yeah, it's great. Like
it sounds
each
amazing.
of the planets, and I haven't been to all of them, but the ones I've been to so far, they've all got sort of different, like gravity. So some might have like 0.5, where if you jump much higher, much further. Others will have like ×2 gravity. So basically, as soon as you jump, you sort of get thrown down to the ground, and so stepping off a ledge will like pull you down to the ground. It's really suddenly you could get hurt because you can like just fall into space and die, and and get killed in numerous different ways. And obviously, when that happens, you sort of you have a new life. What's quite cool is when you die, be that either from the sun blowing up or you just doing some stupid thing, it then like shows you like a video, a very, very, very sped up video replay of what you did. So you can see the various areas you went to and whatnot. I mean, the whole 20-minute thing, I didn't actually realise that was a thing until like an hour or so into the game, because I basically wasn't surviving 20 minutes in each of my lives. I was like dead way before that. There's only one time when I was like on a planet and suddenly it all went blue, then white, and I was dead. I was like, oh, did I do something? And then I looked into it. I was like, oh no, there's actually a 20-minute loop. But I'd been killed. I'd killed myself. I'd fallen off planets. I'd gone into the sun. So I hadn't actually experienced that until that point. But yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. You two should both play it. James, you should definitely try on Game Pass, and Sean, at this point, you should buy it. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I'm well up for this. It sounds amazing, and just sort of for us, like come out of nowhere, really. Like I had no inkling that this was on the way, and then as I say, I did the thing like I was on the browsing the store on the sale on the Epic store, and it was like. Again, Outer Wilds, is that out? And then realised it wasn't.
I didn't really know much about it, and I saw reviews. I was like, hang on, whoa, this is... Yeah, and then the fact it's on Game Pass as well, it's like, this is a dream, really. Yeah, get it.
Yeah. Sorry, you cut off then.
I just said get it.
Okay, cool. I wasn't just being rude, ignoring you. Right, is that it for what we have been playing?
Let's get on to the main...
Well, no, I've got one other thing, but...
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Well, no, because it's only... Again, this is only quick, because I've only played it for 30 minutes, but I've played Blood and Truth. Which is crazy, because, I mean, have you heard the... It's the first VR game to, like, hit the top, like, number one in the UK.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's absolutely amazing. And obviously, like PSVR have sold it. It's like over 4.2 or 4.5 million headsets now. So there's a lot more out there. That's also going to give a better chance to get to number one. But fantastic for the first VR game to get to number one. And reviews have been really strong as well.
I can just echo most of that so far, because I mean, in terms of gameplay, it's definitely one of like the best VR games that I think I've ever played. Mostly because there's a lot of like environmental interaction, but it's really well done. There's this really odd bit at the beginning where you have to climb a ladder, and you do it by actually climbing it, if you sort of mean by...
just like with your arms.
With your arms, yeah. And it feels really odd to be like moving the move controllers and like gripping them and then like going up, and it's just really odd. And also, like, you know, even just stupid stuff like opening doors and like using lockpicks and stuff, using the move controllers, it just feels really nice. Like, you know, doing that.
I mean, they totally nailed that with the London Heist, didn't they? Like,
Yeah.
So I'm pleased but not surprised that this is the case. Yeah.
And they got this like really good like sort of reload mechanic as well, whereby like you've got like the you know, magazines like strapped to your chest, and you sort of like you take them off like your chest and then like sort of jam them into the gun. And it feels really good to do, and also you can like holster your gun by like putting it, you know, actually putting it in the holster that you can see on yourself by looking down, which is really odd.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
really cool. Even in London Heist, in the training scene where you could like throw the clips up in the air and like hold your gun upside down and land in the gun. You could do some really cool stuff. Even, and that was like what essentially was a tech demo.
Mm-hmm. And it's all there like with that. I mean, the only thing that I found a bit odd is the movement. It's still. Because it's, you know, it still has like the sort of the teleporting style movement, although it's not teleporting because I think you can set it so that it like teleports, or you can set it so that it will still move like with you.
Right.
But the movement is very smooth, and it feels odd because, you know, like obviously when you're walking, you know, your head goes up and down as you're walking, you know, so it's like but you don't get that. It's just smooth moving from one location to another, so you feel like you're in a wheelchair or something. You know,
that's interesting.
And it's a bit strange to begin with, but you kind of get used to it and it's not so bad. But there's also like at the end there's like of the bit right at the start of the game, there's like a chase across rooftops where you're like running but not running, and it's a really really odd feeling, and like shooting the stuff that's around you. But the gunplay is really good. Like it's very feels so good, like shooting with those, like, you know, with the move controllers. The only thing that's a bit odd about it is that it alternates between looking amazing and looking like an early PS3 game.
I'd heard this.
Yeah.
Really?
There's just some really bad textures and stuff.
Yeah, it's really strange because there's some scenes where you're sort of like at the beginning you're sort of sitting at a desk while you're being interrogated, and you look around and you're like, this is really nice. Yeah, there's like sort of, you know, like light coming in from the window with like dust and all that kind of stuff, and like the quality of like, you know, the how people look is really good. But then later, like some of the character models you look at and they look terrible, like really sort of like blocky, like really like early PS3 like era sort of stuff. Even, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as PS2, but you know, like the stuff from like Grand Theft Auto, like from maybe Grand Theft Auto. Actually, I would say almost Grand Theft Auto 3. It sort of starts to look like that in places, which, and also particularly in big open environments, because right at the beginning you like drive through London, like in the car, and it reminded me a bit of. Do you remember Into the Matrix?
Yeah,
it reminded me a bit of that. Like the highway sections in that, because it's very sparse. Like there's not a lot to see, you know, because it's and it doesn't really feel like London because it's really sparse and there's hardly any cars around, and it's a bit. And I know that all this is for technical reasons. I'm sure that's probably the reason. I was going to
say, I assume this is just tech limitations.
But then
when
when it's in more confined environments, it looks really good, and you're just thinking you probably just should have just stuck with that. But so far, really enjoying it though. I mean, I would recommend it so far because it seemed fascinating. But I need to put more into it. But really interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait to give it a go. I love London Heist, so I'm really excited to see what it's like.
Yeah, same. Right, E3 time.
Let's get on to it.
Okay, so for those who aren't aware, if you've joined the show in the last year, what we do every E3 is we take it in turns, where one of us basically completely disconnects from the internet for the duration of E3. And this year it is my turn. So this episode we'll be talking about just things we're excited to see or predictions we've got or what have you. And then the next episode will be so I won't know anything that's happened, and I will be relying on Matt and James to accurately and truthfully report what happened at E3 this year, which is going to be interesting because we lie to each other. That's one of the funny things we do.
That can happen.
It started out as just a funny little joke, and it has escalated to the point of like making fake trailers and stuff. I've no idea what these guys have got planned for me. Hopefully nothing too severe, but we'll see. So I mean, should we just go through it sort of conference by conference and just and see what we've all got?
Let me get the here we go. Ready.
I'm scared about this because I've seen your predictions list, Matt, and it's ridiculous. Like,
what's fascinating about this?
This is like the Game of the Year episodes. These are like my favourite episodes of the year. I love E3, as you know. The prediction is always like, what could be? There's so much hope and potential out in the world. And I just bloody love the prediction shows. So this is one of the big ones for me. I love it. Love it.
Broadly speaking, for each conference, we're all going to predict what we think the first game shown will be, what the last game shown will be, and then we just sort of pick a load of other stuff. But right, so is it Microsoft first?
Yeah, it's Microsoft first. But before we get into that, generally, I know we sort of covered at the beginning, but E3, it's a bit we're in a weird spot. I'm in this year with no Sony and also no EA, which is. I know EA are doing a stream, but there's no press conference. So when I was doing my predictions, I was like, well, where else can I go other than Microsoft? So I got loads of guesses from Microsoft because that's pretty much a big part of where a lot of these third parties are going to go, aren't they?
Yeah, you could look at it as, E3 is going to be shit this year, but you could also think that maybe Microsoft are going to have the best show ever because, as you say, they'll hoover up so much of the other stuff.
Yeah.
So
Microsoft show is 2 hours this year. I think previously it's been like an hour and a half.
Jesus.
They've already said it's going to be 2 hours, I guess, because they got a lot of third-party trailers to squeeze in. But I know there's been loads of discussion about Sony not being E3, and it was like, is E3 dying or dead, or it's obviously changing to reflect the times, and you assume Sony aren't going to be there this year because they're going to concentrate on PS5 and they don't really have a lot to show. But yeah, it's only really going through the predictions, I was like, it is a massive shame Sony aren't going to be there. It's a huge, really.
I reckon there's still going to be plenty of stuff to get excited
absolutely.
about.
And from even the murmurings from E3 Judges Week, everyone's come away from that thinking there's a lot of really, really excellent stuff. It's just it's a bit sad that arguably the biggest player isn't there, but it's E3. It's going to be fantastic. And as you said at the beginning, I love the spectacle. I love the stupidity. There's. Actually, I was going to say there's very few other things I'll stay up till 5 a.m. for. That's not true. I will do that for a lot of things. But, it doesn't matter if it's Bethesda, Sony, Microsoft, whatever. I'll be watching all these press conferences at all hours of the day. It doesn't matter. I sort of love the stupidity and I mean, you being there both, Sean, where we both stayed up or woken up for the 2 a.m. Sony conference thinking, what are we doing? But also, we love this stuff. This is what it's about, isn't it? Yes, I could watch the replay in the morning, but no, I want to be there live.
I feel like what sort of... it doesn't really explain it, but what perfectly sums up the E3 madness is that even though I think the game will be shit, I will always regret not staying up to watch the Sony conference where Shenmue 3 got announced.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was a bumper year. That was crazy. Yeah. So many announcements on that one.
Because because again, it sort of highlights what E3 is about. In that, so I now am pretty certain that game is going to be bad. But do I still wish I was there when they first announced it, and it would have seemed like this amazing, improbable, hopeful thing? Yes, absolutely. People say, half the stuff they announce is going to turn out to be shit. It's like, yeah, I know.
But just but just for a moment, isn't there? There's the hope that there's going to be something, and it's also you get the chance to see maybe something that's going to be really cool is going to appear that you had no idea about that existed, which is pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm all right with that. I'm at peace with it.
And with online stuff in general, you really feel like part of a shared experience. But for E3 and these conferences, I really do. If a news story goes up on Eurogamer, maybe if there's an embargo and others in video game space, you all know say it's 2:00, and maybe there is a bit of a shared experience there. People waiting 2:00 for a certain big review, but it's just really cool. Knowing you and maybe those people in a Discord or on Twitter and stuff all tweeting about this game, which I could hear the news in the morning, but I'm doing it at 3:15 on a Thursday morning or on Tuesday morning, and it's all fun and stupid, and I love the spectacle and if someone said, Shenmue got... maybe Shenmue is a weird example, but there are loads of games where you sort of just... You try and say, oh my God, what is this? Oh, it's just another one of these. Oh my God. I don't know. There's a level of hype and stupidity and being part of a shared experience I absolutely love. Absolutely love it.
Totally. And I am I've said in previous episodes, I was sort of looking forward to being off the internet for a few days, but
That's rubbish.
and like a part of me still is, but yeah, also I'm like, oh no, I am quite gutted. I'm not going to be watching these live with other people this year. But...
people always say like, oh, I just love some time off from the internet. I'd love that. It's rubbish. I've been in Norfolk for like the last couple of days where there was no internet and it was rubbish. It's
no, it's different if you're like, hey, I'm leaving the internet for this purpose. If you're in a place of work, like no reception, that's hell on earth. But I love the internet, guys. I love E3. It was my turn last year to have to leave the internet for a week, and I was dreading it. But actually, at the end of the week, I was like, a part of me didn't want to come back. Obviously, I knew I was going to, because it's also really overwhelming. Like I've missed. Well, I think when I did it was like a week. There's like a week of WhatsApp messages and tweets and podcasts and all sorts of stuff. And like, you're almost intimidated by like or overwhelmed by the amount of stuff you're going to have to deal with. And it's also nice, like, oh, there's no notifications. I'm not checking Twitter or Instagram or email. It's just, it's nice actually. I really liked my week off last week. I'm glad I don't have to do it every year, and I'm looking forward to E3 and stuff. But there's a nice thing I think about it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm relatively lucky in that I only have to do Friday through to Tuesday, which isn't so bad. Like, you guys have had to do much longer stints than that. So that
also means, Sean, like, no, you can't be on your Switch or PlayStation or Xbox. I mean, you're on Xbox.
Can't I just sign them out?
Yeah, you can do that. That's what I did because
so there's no news feed, is there, with that?
Yeah, because you can do that with Switch. I just put it in airplane mode for like the whole time, and then you don't get anything anyway. So it's fine.
I guess
I'm gonna have to read some books. Maybe I'll buy some Blu-rays.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you can't read on Kindle in case there's an advert.
Right. Yeah. Noted.
Right. Yeah.
So
anyway, E3.
Microsoft. What do we think Microsoft are going to do?
So Microsoft's conference. So technically before that there is EA Play, but they've obviously said there's going to be no announcement.
Right? That starts before that. Okay.
There's just going to be like those live stream games. I mean, this isn't part of what we're going to talk about, but there's no possibility, is there, that they're going to potentially drop a surprise during that, or is it?
No.
I don't think so.
I did just see it's okay. There are going to be influencers. Because
good.
EA are just
Thank
retweeting a bunch of influencers.
Thank God you said that.
So,
getting your fill of influencers.
Yeah,
fine.
that's
I don't anticipate it, but it would be nice if, like, I haven't seen the whole schedule. We've obviously seen that schedule that was announced with no anthem, but I wonder if they almost do a bit of like a Leeds or Reading festival where there's like question marks in certain time slots. So you're like, what's it going to be? And unlikely.
But then surely that would just be a crap way, because not that many people are going to be watching, surely. So sure, that's not a very good way of announcing
do like
something.
festivals where they're like, it's like a name of an unknown band, and then Metallica turn up in a really tiny tent. That maybe or not. Anyway,
maybe, Matt. Keep dreaming.
EA plays on the Saturday and Sunday, but Microsoft's conference is on 9 p.m. UK time on Sunday, 9 to 11. Okay. So it starts better because often they're Monday night, aren't they? Microsoft typically.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, in terms of predictions. So obviously, I think we're going to see maybe some stuff. So, last year they were like, we've just bought like 6 studios or whatever.
Yeah,
it would be cool if we saw something from those. And
I'll tell you what I think the first game is going to be. I reckon they're going to kick off with the Fable reboot. That's going to be the first thing they'll show.
I've got that in like other predictions that we're going to. So this is the new Fable game that's rumored from Playground, right?
Yeah.
I very much hope this is a real thing and that we get to see it, because big fan of the Fable games. Third one wasn't finished, but really enjoyed the first 2. So I'd be really keen to see what's going on there. I mean, obviously we're going to see Gears of War, right?
I don't know actually about that.
No.
I mean, because they showed that last year, didn't they? And then they had the Gears of War Funko Pops. What happened to that? Did that?
Well, that's still. Isn't that like Gears
care.
Tactics? Is that what it's called?
I don't know, because
that's a separate deal. There was like loads of different shit, wasn't there?
Yeah, because there was a PC game, wasn't there, that was supposed to be a strategy game, and then there was the Funko Pops iOS one, and then there was this.
But then there was an actual legit new Gears of War, wasn't there? But I think it was they just showed a cutscene. Yeah, so presumably a bit of gameplay of that would be something. Don't ask me why. I think they're going to end on the new Ninja Theory game.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See,
I feel like they're go on, sorry.
I thought it was going to be Halo Infinite. I thought they'd end with that, but a much longer showing of that.
Okay. See, So I for the first game, I've put there's going to be a twist. In that it's not going to be a game at all. I think they're going to start with a teaser of the Halo TV show. Because,
Oh my god!
Yeah,
That'd be the worst possible thing they could do. That'd be awful.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm. So I think I'm going to do that because if what's his full name? Pablo
Escobar?
Schreiber? No, he is not in the Halo TV series. So it's like been confirmed that he's playing Master Chief. So I'm interested
in Orange
because
is the New Black, isn't he? He's really good in that.
he is, and he's in American Gods as well. He's excellent in both. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, I was listening to an interview with Kiki Wolfkill, which is still the best name, not just in the games industry, but just ever. I was listening to her on a podcast earlier, and I was like, I bet they start with the Halo TV show, and then she comes out because she her title is like, I can't remember. She's like Halo Transmedia Queen or something. Like she's so I reckon she'll come out on stage to talk about it, and then maybe that'll segue into the game. But I reckon they'll kick off with the TV show.
So I need to be writing this down. So James,
Okay.
you said first game Fable 4.
Yeah. No, full
And then-
Fable reboot, but yeah.
Fable, are we on Fable 4 though? Is that the new? Is that?
It would be the fourth proper one, yeah. But I reckon, I'm with James. I think it's just going to be Fable again.
Yeah.
And then James, you said your last game was what? The Ninja Theory.
No, Halo Infinite. I think they'll finish on that with a much longer trailer with gameplay.
And Sean, you said Ninja Theory game would be the last one, right?
Yeah. I've no idea what it is. Like, it's not going to be a sequel or anything. I think it's just going to be something new and weird because that is their whole thing.
The thing about always like acquisitions is like they only also announced them last year. How much are they really going to be able to show?
I reckon it's only going to be a teaser. I don't think it's going to be something extensive, but yeah.
Right. I mean, in terms of my first game, actually, have I just no? I worried I just deleted it.
Don't start changing them now.
No. I'm swapping with notes. First game, I think
Okay.
Halo Infinite. I think there's going to start with that because we all know it's coming. I think there's no point sort of just like hiding it because everyone always like, well, we're going to wait for Halo, right? I mean, I feel like, and also for me, this is Microsoft's chance, to say this is us in the next generation, and I think they're going to want to hark back to a lot of the things that made the 360 and the Xbox so great.
Yeah, they always do that, don't they?
So I think Xbox, like Halo Infinite, it's going to look fantastic. But at that point, we'll be like, well, what consoles is on? But yeah, I think starting with like Halo Infinite, a demo of some sort. Not. I mean, maybe a trailer, but something that really says, "Oh fuck, this is the new Halo." They've always said they're going to go back to its roots. So something that sort of maybe echoes the original trailer for Combat Evolved would be pretty cool. But something that shows this is us.
It is.
This
It's
is
like
Halo.
it's like this is what you used to love before Don Matrick.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, exactly. I think they're going to try and like recapture that, but obviously focus on games, not focus on TV, but focus on the franchises and things that we loved when Xbox and 360 came out.
Do you think it'll turn out that like a load of people in the front of the audience are actually a choir and they're going to do the theme?
Oh my! Well, yeah, it would just be loads of like
That's how
fraternity
they
kids from
start
America.
it. Just like a load of people in the audience just stand up. And everyone's like, oh, what's going on? And they just start doing the... Oh.
Yeah,
That'd be great. It is also if people were whooping as well at the same time.
They're basically going to get all the popular sort of like videos that went viral of all the kids singing like the in the boys' locker rooms in America. It's like get all them like, hey, it's the guys from
I'll tell you what, I'm just
University.
thinking. I'm going to do a whoop count as well for Microsoft
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, how many whoops we get like
many
through the whole
whoops?
thing. Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a lot. And I think the last game is going to be a new Splinter Cell.
Okay.
Okay.
What's funny, James?
It's not going to happen, Matt. It's not. You say this every year, and it's not going to happen.
But it's gonna. If I keep saying it, it will happen one of the years.
Say that, yeah, the longer the longer it's been since we last had a Splinter Cell, the more likely there is to
It's
be
going
another
to
one.
happen.
Well, like Beyond Good and Evil 2. It's
Yeah,
like
it's happening though.
technically it's happening, but it's not going to be
Exactly.
E3.
So a new Splinter. And again, like this links into what I think the thing with Microsoft's thing is. It's going to be like bringing back the memories that we had and we loved when Xbox
It's
was
Ubisoft. It's not even Microsoft. It's Ubisoft.
but I think an image of Xbox. I think our Splinter Cell. That was a big Xbox
Yeah, it was
thing.
exclusive.
And they could
for
do
them.
they could do the we've got a new Splinter Cell, it's an exclusive. more information at the Ubisoft conference tomorrow or whatever.
I think we'll see it a lot. But yeah, I think they want to recapture that. Splinter Cell's a big Xbox, franchise,
chance.
and
No chance.
I think it's going to happen, James. Not Halo Infinite. I think that'll be much earlier on. That's hardly one more thing, is it? Halo Infinite. We know it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, you see,
Anyway,
that's why I was conflicted between
what other predictions
the
have
Fable
you got,
stuff
Sean?
being at the beginning or at the end. But I still think it's going to be there as like a significant reveal.
Oh,
It's not
it'll
gonna
be
Splinter
there.
Cell.
It'll be there. Anyway, predictions. Sean,
I've
what else
also
have you got?
Oh, go on.
No, that's basically all. Yeah, so for the other stuff, I've just put so new Fable from Playground and obviously Gears, but that's too obvious, so it doesn't really count.
I think we're going to get. I think there's going to be a new Forza there. I mean, I know that's all very obvious, but I reckon it's going to be.
Wow.
No, I think it's going to be Forza Games as a Service edition. Is what I think is going to happen.
And it'll be like a whole sort of it's just a world
Yeah,
that you'll just live in forever,
and we'll just keep
sort of-
updating it and all that kind of thing.
But
and,
that's what they're doing now, aren't they, with Horizon?
No, but I think James is saying they'll just keep adding to the map,
Yeah.
right? And they'll just keep expanding it, and
But,
Which, to be fair, I'm not averse to that at all.
But Han,
be
so
alright.
you're saying a new Forza game, but with the emphasis on lots of updates, content, and stuff.
Yeah, this is the end of the line in terms of like a Forza game every year, and it will be.
So it's a new platform.
Yeah,
This is platform,
basically, yeah.
I mean, it's going to be hard to quantify that. I mean, like, you'd argue that they think the current Forza Horizon is that with new Mac Paps and Mac.
and the
Mac
seasons
packs.
and the
Seasons. I mean, do we allow that, Sean?
What are you talking
I think
about?
it
It's
has to be-
completely different.
How is it?
What is wrong with you? That's just like
what's wrong with you, James?
no, because that's like saying like, oh, okay, well, Destiny's quite similar to Halo because they have new maps from time to time, and there's also new weapons and stuff. But the whole way that you interact with the game is different, and that's what this will be.
Yeah, he's got you there, Matt.
Well, no.
No,
So
yeah,
Forza
I've just-
Horizon, it's a persistent online world of like players, and they have lots of updates. You're thinking there'll be a new Forza game with loads of updates. I don't quite.
It won't be a
explain how you
continuous
feel.
boxed
Explain
release every
games as
year.
a service.
Okay, well, you can say exactly the same about Destiny then as well.
Well, I'm not calling it. I'm not. Here's your prediction. Tell me why it's going to be different.
I just told you why it's a different game.
Will it be free to play?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll allow it, but it has to be very expressly like this is like it's, and it'll just be called like Forza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like
Okay.
this is the end of the line for Horizon and for Motorsport and everything. It's just going to be Forza now, and it'll be like a combination of the two, and they'll be keep on adding like new stuff all the time, and that'll be the whole focus of it.
we are going to cannibalize our two biggest franchises into
Yeah,
one.
we're
Easy
going to
to
do that.
purchase,
We're
one
going to
time
do
only
that to
purchase.
make we're going to do that to continuously make money just through this way instead, with in-app purchases and all sorts of stuff. You'll see.
Again, you can do it on the camera, but yeah, that's all good. What else you got, James?
I've also got, I think, xCloud. They're going to go big on that, and I think they'll reveal.
I mean, he said that in a press release, didn't he?
Yeah, I know, but I think no. Shut up and just let me finish this. What the fuck, Matt? What is wrong
Do you
with
think
you?
we're going to get a date?
I think we'll get a date, but I think also they'll announce that it is coming to it'll be like Android, iOS, and also Switch as well. I think, and they'll focus on that with it on stage. There'll be like a Switch icon or whatever saying it's coming to that. And I think what has really made me think this is going to happen is what happened at Apple's conference today, like at WWDC, because they've just announced iOS is going to support PS4 pads and Xbox pads. So yeah, that's why I think this is definitely going to happen. I think.
Yeah, and that's. I was watching with you. That was unbelievable when they said that, because now when and also for when say the remote play out for PlayStation.
Yeah, it suddenly becomes useful. It's
something
like,
you can use a PlayStation pad on your phone if you want to do remote play, or an iPad. You can use your Xbox pad for xCloud. It's interesting. I wonder what sort of conversations has been behind the scenes. Well, I did say to you, James, they sort of threw Microsoft under the bus, because they said, we're announcing today Microsoft, Xbox and PlayStation, DualShocks work with iOS. And then there's like loads of whooping and hollering, and they're like, "Hey, we've got a lot of PlayStation fans in the audience."
Yeah, well, statistically, they're more likely to be PlayStation
I know,
fans, aren't they?
But I was like, you threw Xbox under the bus, didn't you? Okay, so your prediction is xCloud, a date.
Yeah, a date, I think, for it, and also, but also for Switch as well. It's going to be like they're going to make a big thing about how this is going to be on everything, including.
Although to be clear,
Switch.
you only get a point if it's the whole lot. You don't get individual points.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if they just say
it's got to be on Android, iOS, and Switch. There you go. If it's on those three, then I get a point for that.
All right.
Well, but also the date.
And we get a date.
Oh, I don't think there's going to be a date.
Well, why are you saying it then?
Just got caught up in the moment, Matt.
So if they give us like a month, it doesn't have to be a precise date.
Yeah.
But if we get a month that it's coming out,
Okay. So if they announce the month for like the actual service going live,
yeah.
This is crazy, James.
More, as crazy as Splinter Cell again.
What? Why is that? That's a well-known franchise that's waiting in the wings to come back.
A well-known franchise that's been dead for years that they've already said they're not interested in reviving.
Have they said that?
Yeah.
You're not changing it now.
No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So xCloud month, and it's coming to iOS, Android, and Switch.
Okay.
Okay. So Sean, you got nothing else prediction-wise? No?
Yeah. Nothing else. Yeah.
There's so much.
Go on, Matt. Let's go through your massive list, Matt.
Oh, fucking hell. Here we go.
Hang on, I've just got to wind it back up. There's a big old list. It's crashing my phone. Okay. Well, a couple of them you've already taken. One of which was Fable, but you've gone for that. Rocksteady's new game shown off on Microsoft's conference. Microsoft stage.
Yeah. Any inkling as to what it's going to be?
Nope, just Rocksteady's new game. I'm not a James.
This is the problem, though, isn't it? Because you're just going to go through the list of every single possible third-party game that's going to come out. And of course it's going to be on Microsoft stage because there's no other competition.
Well, you could have made those predictions too,
This is absurd. This is absolutely... I mean, you're not even going with bold predictions. You're just going with
Matt, you can't just have the new game that we all know is in development.
This happened last year. Okay.
So I think there might be a new Ubisoft game coming to a Microsoft platform.
Have you seen my list? Okay. That's annoying. Okay. What else?
Does that cut the list down by
have
about
a guess at what it's going to be, and I'll have it.
Well, I don't think it
can't be a Destiny clone.
Fuck. No, I'm going to move on. Okay. I've got a wild one. I've got a few wild ones. I think on stage, someone we all love will be on stage, well respected in the entertainment, sphere. Yeah. David Cage is going to be on stage at Microsoft's conference because now obviously Quantic Dream are like multi-platform.
Yeah.
I think, hello, we'll take you. So David Cage, basically David Cage's new game, Quantic Dream's new game will be announced or shown off at the conference.
Fucking hell.
That could happen, but it'll be awful.
It doesn't have to be awful for him to get a point.
That's true.
Yeah,
but I mean, do you think Microsoft are going to want to touch on Quantic Dream though, with all the things that have been going on there?
To be fair, given the way he's been lately,
it's definitely a risk. But I just think now they've got multi-platform. They'll be talking to all the platform holders. With the potentially the power of the new console, with David Cage's team that's left. I don't know. I think that's possible. It's a bit out there, but fuck it.
I hope you're wrong, but yeah.
Go on. What are the other out there ones?
This is a double header, but I'll go a bit more in James's territory. I think they're going to show off on Microsoft stage both Resident Evil 8 and the Resi 3 remake.
Oh, okay.
It's not show, but like announced. We'll see something.
I mean, Capcom's doing all right out of remaking the old ones. It's going well for them, so I could see that.
Yeah.
Have you seen the rumours persist that we're getting a new Dino Crisis?
But are those rumours or it's like fans?
Dino Crisis 1 was quite good from what I remember, but then weren't the rest of them all terrible?
I've no idea, but
there was
they
one
made
that was
three
set in
of them,
space that was really bad, wasn't it? Everyone said it was terrible.
That sounds great, but no, there's three of them, so people must have been buying them. But apparently, I don't know if it's just one of those things that people think it's funny to repeat it, and it's sort of taken on its own life. But yeah, apparently people keep saying, "Oh yeah, we're definitely getting a new Dino Crisis."
It's like Kid Icarus. There's got to be a new Kid Icarus game.
Yeah.
And it's like,
No, there hasn't.
I mean, I've already had my 2 predictions. Am I allowed more?
well, no, I don't think you are, Matt, because this is ridiculous. Because you're just
Okay,
going
do you
to
want to
go
hear my
through a
ones
list.
anyway?
Yeah, go on.
Project Gotham Racing coming back. Microsoft's still in the license. That's possible.
Not with,
but why
with
would they
Forza
do
games
that
as
when
a
they've already got
service, they're not
Forza?
going to do that. Yeah.
Well, again, because I think they're like try and bring back like the brands and the feelings that we had when we loved Xbox, and it's like PGR and
But Forza's one of the few things that people love about the Xbox now.
yeah, I guess.
So why
And
swap
Horizon
that
is
out?
kind of like is a sort of a thing for that, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but like Horizon is, it's totally different locations. You got Motorsport, which is the racetrack. PGR sort of fits nicely in between them. It's just street racing, but I don't know. Maybe it's just
We
me.
don't need that because the games as a service one will have all that. It's going to have street racing and stuff.
The Forza game with updates, unlike the current Forza game that has updates.
It has street racing in it.
It's going to have a roadmap. You'll see.
It's going to have a roadmap. Okay, brilliant. Unlike Okay, I think this is going to happen, but a new Battlefield Bad Company game announced. They've gone through Battlefield 5. What's so funny about that?
No, I'm sticking with Matt's theme. I see where he's going.
Yeah.
Because the Bad Company 1 and 2 were a big part of like the time I spent on my Xbox 360. So
Yep.
I don't think it's likely, but I understand what Matt's doing.
Whenever you
I can
read
see
people
the
like
thing,
kicking
but
off
I just
about
can't see.
Battlefield.
Like they're not going to go back to that. They've been doing Battlefields. Like they're not going to.
Well, no, right? Say Battlefield 5 is out, and I think personally it's dead. No one was really talking about it when it came out. The Firestorm thing. That's out. I've just remembered it's out.
Is it?
But yeah, it's out. Yeah,
God.
yeah. Came out 2 or 3 months ago. It's out. Battlefield as a franchise, it feels like no one really knows where it's going. And loads of people have really, really fond memories of Bad Company, and I think it'll be a good time to bring out a shooter which doesn't take itself too seriously. It's still got like great sort of Bad Company sort of humor. It's going to have like the Battlefield sort of quality of graphics and gameplay and audio and also and the general sort of combat model. I reckon it'll be and as I said previously, it'll sort of hark back to the franchises we loved on the original Xbox and 360. So. That's not one of mine because I've already had 2. But I think Bad Company would be a great one. It's just a bit of a shame there's no EA conference, but Microsoft could nick that. All the others were like, new Time Splitters, but it's pretty obvious now.
Yeah.
We'll move on, but
all right, cool.
Microsoft is going to be really exciting.
So next up is Bethesda, if I've got the order right. I thought this was quite an easy one to just like. I did the predictions for this in like 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. You said that. They said, haven't we all got loads? And I was like, I've hardly got any for that. But
I haven't got loads. The ones I have got, it was literally like I did not have to think at all.
Yeah.
So last year they were pretty good, right? I mean, they opened with Andrew WK, which for me was incredible.
Yeah, that was very interesting. That was.
And like at the time, Fallout 76 or whatever it was seemed like an interesting idea. Obviously, we know how it panned out, but yeah. So when they showed that off, I was like, okay, online Fallout, why not?
Yeah, there's so much potential, so much excitement.
Yeah. But I mean, hey ho. But yeah, it was a good show, and Todd Howard and I always forget the other guy's name. Pete Hines,
yeah.
Pete Hines, like just very personable people. Like there's no, usually. With these things, the execs come out and there's just this real sort of corporate whiff about them. Whereas, the Bethesda guys seem okay. Seem like people I might actually want to talk to.
Wasn't last year they made like gags? I think last year was when they announced that maybe this is a different conference, but that Skyrim was coming to Alexa. Was that last year's E3?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did that whole.
But they
bit.
also joked about. Like bugs in Bethesda games, lol. I'm sure they made a joke about that. Like they can't do that this year at all, can they?
Definitely
they can't
not going to do that this year.
We know for our bugs. No, actually, people are angry.
Well, this is so right. So I've got first game. I've got Doom Eternal because it's the most finished thing they've got to show off. I think it'll be a strong first showing. Things I've heard about. There's been like a preview event in the last week or so. Sounds absolutely stunning. So I reckon that'd be a nice showy one to open with.
All right.
For the last game, I think it's going to be the new Elder Scrolls. I think we're going to see more of that. I think it's probably still a way off, But I reckon there'll be more than just like last year. We got that. It was just like a shot of a. It was just like flying over the landscape, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and
the logo or a Elder Scrolls 6 logo. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a nice looking landscape. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, it looked great.
But keen to see more of that. I don't think it'll be this gen though. I think
at this point,
footage,
no way.
I think that's I think that's still a way off.
One of my predictions not for that was that I don't think we're going to see anything of Elder Scrolls at this one. Like in terms of Elder Scrolls 6, I think it's just going to be nothing.
So is that one of your predictions, James? No Elder Scrolls?
Yeah.
Ooh. I forgot
guess...
we can predict things not happening.
Yeah, no Elder Scrolls 6. I'm not saying there's no Elder Scrolls, but no Elder Scrolls 6.
Okay. Yeah,
because obviously this is post-Microsoft conference, so at this point we may have... Well, none of us even mentioned the fact that they might show off a new console in Microsoft things, but...
I don't think they will. I think they might, if they'll tease it at best.
Yeah,
but I think that was concrete
obviously we know
enough
the next gen's coming. They've said as much. We may not see, like... They may not say is a name, a price, a box, but they may say it's coming. Do you think then, for potentially people like Bethesda and other people, Square Enix, they might say this is running on next gen hardware? Do you think there'll be like proper references to that, or because for games like Elder Scrolls and some other big games which might come up in a bit, like those won't come out in this generation. So they've got to say something, surely, or not.
Yeah, and it'll be obvious just from the graphical fidelity and stuff, won't it?
Yeah.
But it's just, I think the footage we saw last year, I think that's probably not happening on a PS4. So, I don't know. Maybe they'll just show the footage and be like, hey, this is out in 2 years.
Yeah. ...
There
are no logos for the consoles it's going to be on, but it will be on consoles.
Switch. So they have confirmed that is it Starfield, the space one that they showed a logo for last year. They've confirmed that's not going to be there this year.
Oh really?
Damn, that was that was going to be one of mine. That's
mine too.
Yeah, sorry. I mean that's what I've heard. It was on like a YouTube video or something. So maybe it's a load of shit. And maybe
sounds legit. Sounds legit.
I was going to go with the first game being Doom Eternal, but then the last game being Starfield. That was okay. Yeah.
I mean, stick with it, man. Live in hope.
Mm-hmm.
So Doom Eternal for the first one, James. Are you going to go Starfield for the last?
Yeah, I'll just stick with that for the moment.
But what about Sean's YouTube video?
Say it like I made it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Sean in a wig or non-surgical hair. So you've a Starfield to end it, James. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Crazy man. Let's see what I've got. But Bethesda was one of the harder ones for me. I like the games, but I'm not like. I mean, Microsoft was so easy. There's so much there could be. I think first game Dishonored 3.
I was going to say, we haven't talked about what Arcane might be working on, so that's
Yeah. And I also said Starfield to end it.
Okay.
But do I do that now? I mean, I've got nothing else, so yeah, I'll say Starfield to end it. Let's hope our YouTube video doesn't come off, James. Otherwise, we're in deep shit. Yeah, so starting with Dishonored and ending with Starfield, but not just. I mean, I was going to go into a bit more detail, but just Starfield. I don't think it's be a logo. I think we'll see something a bit more if it's actually there.
Yeah, totally.
What else have you got, Sean? Other predictions?
So I've got there's going to be an obligatory bit about Elder Scrolls Blades, where they wank on about how many millions of people are playing it.
Yeah.
Even though most of them installed it and went nah and got rid, but they'll do think, we're all on a journey together and we really appreciate you joining us and we appreciate your feedback and all the rest of it.
I'll tell you what, though, this is like a broader point in terms of, for all of these conferences, do you reckon we're going to see any like mobile stuff much at these? Because I don't think we will. Because I think they've got the message now that it doesn't go down well.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to hear the words second screen experience anywhere.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then I said, the only other prediction I've got is that I bet there is a surprisingly heartfelt bit about fucking up Fallout 76.
I think they're going to have to, aren't they?
Yeah, I think just as I say, just because they were surprisingly like personable and self-deprecating and stuff last year. But I think they'll be smart enough not to try and make a joke out of Fallout 76 being a bit of a disaster. I think there'll be a surprisingly nice bit about it. Not that it excuses any of what they've done, but do
you think they'll announce a sequel to it?
Fallout 77.
Yeah, let's go.
No, absolutely not. I think they might. I don't know what. I don't know what state it's in. Does it still need fixing, or does it just need more stuff to do at this point? Because
I got the impression it's more. They're just constantly adding to it. I got the impression it was fixed, and as fixed as these sorts of games can be. Obviously, they're constantly improving it, but I've heard it's in fine shape. It's getting better. But
yeah, I mean, maybe we'll get a roadmap. It's all about roadmaps this year, isn't it?
James, what do you think? What else is going to happen in Bethesda's thing?
Well, as I said, no mention of Elder Scrolls 6, but I think also, I reckon they're going to say that Rage 2 is coming to the Switch.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that fits. Yeah. They've been doing that with their games that run on that engine, so yeah, why not?
Yeah. That's all I've got for them. Have
you two seen, because I know they ported Wolfenstein on Switch, didn't they?
Yeah.
I never actually saw what the footage was like.
It was good.
Fine, I think. Just what you'd expect, just lower texture resolution, and I think it's maybe locked to 30 frames rather than 60, but
still very, very playable and fine. Was the thing.
I gather Doom was very much the same.
Yeah.
Cool. My other one, I think they're going to unveil or announce The Evil Within 3.
Okay.
I don't know. I just think it's probably time for another one.
For a laugh? Actually, because what are Tango working on if not that?
Yeah, well, what other stuff do they do? That's the only thing they do, isn't it?
That's the only thing they've done so far, yeah. Yeah, Evil Within, Evil Within 2. For
that. And another thing was basically, I just wrote down about about Blades, about Elder Scrolls Blades, and I also previously mentioned about the Elder Scrolls 6. So that's it for me. I don't even have like two proper predictions, sadly. Bethesda's a tough one for me. Obviously, like they're easy ones, like they'll talk about the new Wolfenstein, so on and so forth.
It's all a bit obvious, though, isn't it? I mean, it's
exactly.
That is the problem with Bethesda. Is it's all a bit. We kind of know really what they're going to do.
Well, we know what 5 or 6 games they're responsible for. Yeah. So that's it's kind
of. They
it.
don't generally move outside those franchises, do they? It's always just what they've got.
Yeah, I mean, I hope Tango, the developers of Evil Within, would maybe do something non-horror based, because obviously I know Shinji Mikami was one of their founders. I think maybe didn't he take a step back and he isn't directing games anymore or something.
But he's definitely evolved, because he tweeted the other day something with E3 in the tweet.
Yeah. So something's happening. And obviously the guy's a fucking master, so it'd be cool if he was doing something a bit more Vanquish-esque rather than a horror game, but who knows.
The next one is the biggie. It's the PC gaming show.
Woo! Can't wait.
Can I step out of this one? Because I've got nothing.
No, listen, right? It was pretty good last year. So shut up.
This is the thing I was worried about, because I was just thinking, like the other day I said, now that you're not going to be on the show, I'm going to have to watch this, aren't I? And I really don't want to.
There will definitely be some really boring hardware stuff.
Well, so that's what I've got. I mean, I've got for predictions, I've got like a new graphics card and a new gaming mouse. There you go.
So there's this new AMD.
You can't have that, James.
No, you absolutely can't.
When you got first game, last game, I've just put no idea. I don't know. I've no clue.
James, come on, you just make up a game.
To be fair, I've not done much better. So I've just put first game. I think it'll be Cyberpunk, and I think it'll get a release date.
Okay.
Just because CD Projekt Red are PC guys at heart, I think. And then just last game, I've just put some real time strategy piss. So obviously it's not a real prediction. And then
Hang on, so the Cyberpunk thing. You said Cyberpunk and the release date, so it's got to have both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Crazy man.
I'm confident about that one. I'm not that confident. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, so there's this new fleet of AMD cards that use some new technology that I haven't fully understood. That apparently it's going to make me feel really stupid about upgrading my graphics card this month. So can't wait for that. And there'll be awkward shots of people just kind of holding it on stage as if the way the thing looks means anything to anyone. They always seem to do that. It's really weird. They'll have like a little case and they'll open it up and everyone will go, "Whoa, fuck! It's a circuit board! Holy shit!"
They said it couldn't be done.
Yeah. I'm not making fun of people for caring about this stuff, but the way they present it is just very strange to me. So yeah, they'll be that definitely. But honestly, James, I think it'll be an all right show, man. There'll be some MOBAs and stuff, but just go for a piss when they come on, and then you'll be fine.
Yeah, come on, James.
PC gaming shows where you get like some of the really interesting sort of high-end VR stuff as well, because obviously that's your Vive and Oculus and what have you. So
how long is it?
Could be good. It's usually not too long. I think it's only ever been like
half an hour,
40 minutes or something. Yeah. So
James, you're watching it.
Don't just make up whatever happened on it.
Yeah, James will say, "Hey, Sean, a new gaming mouse was announced."
James is going to go, "Oh yeah, they announced Braid 2." I will know if you.
Matt, you're going to strike that one off.
So, James, are you saying you've got no predictions for this?
I've got honestly nothing. I've got 0. I'm quite happy to cede the points for this one because I've got nothing at all, honestly.
That's pathetic. I'm going to start with first game, Cyberpunk. I think you're right there. I'm not going to say release date 'cause I'm not a madman. Cyberpunk. I think last game, Age of Empires 4.
Okay, yeah.
Now I know, like Microsoft bought that studio, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they've owned. I think they've always owned Age of Empires. They've always published it, certainly.
So maybe like we'll see it on Microsoft stage, but also it's like as a PC gaming, it's a PC game at heart. So, and we'll see Microsoft want to show their games to be on all platforms. So.
Yeah, I think they know that showing Age of Empires on the Microsoft show is going to put off all the cool console kids.
Because I think if it's an Xbox, it'll be like a trailer or like Age of Empires, the epic game from yesteryear. But whereas at the PC gaming show, that's when you'll see maybe a gameplay trailer or something that talks to that fan base. So end with Age of Empires 4. I put prediction 1, Witchbrook from Chucklefish. Chucklefish, the people behind Stardew Valley, they're working on a new game called Witchbrook, which seems kind of like Stardew Valley but Harry Potter-ish. And I think it's like Witch School or Wizard School.
That sounds all right. I mean, I'm not a Harry Potter guy, but that sounds okay.
It's already been announced, but maybe they'll show like more of that. And my second one is Minesweeper with ray tracing. Which I think is
and
very
you need
possible.
One of the new AMD cards to run it.
Yeah, you need a £600 plus. Yeah, so my three with ray tracing, I think that's doable. So Sean, you've got nothing other than Cyberpunk and a release date and some RTS piss. Is that basically what you're going with? This is sad, isn't it? This is sad.
Well, that is the PC Games Conference.
I'm not having a go at the PC gaming show. I think it'll be good. I just don't know enough, and because it is such a broad but sort of niche show. It's really hard to predict for it. So, yeah, there you go.
Right, next is Ubisoft. Or Ubisoft, actually.
Ubisoft. I mean, they always put a good show on, right?
Yeah, their shows usually at least entertaining.
I always go in like, I don't even like any Ubisoft games, and it turns out I do every time. So, this will be all right, I think. Yeah,
I mean, they got a lot of potential. They got tons of IPs and tons of games. So, so Sean, what are you hoping for this one?
I mean, I think they're going to open with Just Dance again, because why not? Because they always get a fucking they always do this. They always open with Just Dance.
Okay.
They always do a big fucking song and dance number, and then they're like, "Oh, P.S. This is because there's another Just Dance out this year, and it's still coming out on the Wii because it makes literally millions of dollars."
Insane.
Why is that insane?
I mean, they've done it before, but like in 2019, when they've had so much success of all their other IPs, they're going to launch. I mean, go for it, but
yeah, I think it's a bankable hit.
Absolutely. I mean, yes, it will definitely appear at some point. Will it start the conference? If that starts the conference, I'm like, we're in deep shit, basically.
Yeah. I mean, so for last, I mean, I've put this as last game. I probably should have put it as first. Watch Dogs 3.
Good on.
Yeah, because there are noises that this is a thing. So and apparently it's looking good. So I'm excited. I say I'm excited. I Watch Dogs 2 is a game that I'm aware I should play because I played they put out a demo where you could just play it for like 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
And like after loathing what I saw of the first, I enjoyed the fuck out of that. So yeah, really excited to see what they do with the
I
next
played
one.
like 3 or 4 hours when like they mistakenly put Watch Dogs 2 on sale on Xbox for £0.
Oh shit!
And
Yeah,
I
that was the
quickly
thing,
downloaded
wasn't
it, and this isn't going to work, and it was downloading, and then it was like 2 hours. It's very hard to say. And I didn't play the first one, so I know the first one wasn't the first one quite po-faced.
Yeah,
The second one was
basically
a lot
rubbish.
less serious and more jokey. Obviously,
Yeah.
Watch Dogs 3 is coming.
Watch Dogs 2 was excellent. I mean, that was on my... Okay, it was a very poor year, but it was on my Game of the Year list. Yeah, because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, like I say, what I played of that 2-hour demo, I really enjoyed, and I keep meaning, like, because it always comes up in sales for like £7. I'm like, I probably should, but time obviously is the problem there. So it's keen to see what they do with Watch Dogs 3, and I think they'll finish with it, but I'm not 100% confident about that.
Well, I think the same actually. I've put for last game Watch Dogs 3.
Okay,
Yeah. And first game New Assassin's Creed. Because we know it's happening. They might
it's
as well
been
get it out
long
of the
enough,
way.
hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rumours were it's going to be like Norse, like mythology and stuff.
Yes.
And so start with Assassin's Creed, end with Watch Dogs 3. Who knows what's going to happen in the middle? What do you think, James?
I was going to say the same, but opposite, as in Watch Dogs 3, I think they'll open with, and then they'll close with Assassin's Creed.
All right, fine.
Okay, cool.
Are we going to have to watch a thing about that fucking boat game again?
What
was it, Bones and Skull?
Yeah.
Skull, whatever it is. The one that everyone thought was the Assassin's Creed game with just the pirates and not the assassins that we all wanted. And then it turns out it's not even that. It is just a boat game.
Yeah.
I mean, pardon the pun, but they are going to make a big splash of it because this is the one that's been signed up. They've signed up for that for like a Netflix series, haven't they?
Have they?
Or like a film? Yeah, they announced last year, like the forthcoming game of Skull and Bones, whatever it's called. Like, there's going to be a Netflix film or show about it.
All right,
which is insane.
Fine. Yeah,
get a game up first, I would, but whatever.
Have you guys got anything else interesting for Ubisoft?
Yeah, I think they're going to show Mario and Rabbids 2.
I heard some people talking about this, and I was like,
really
potential.
Okay. I think that's going to be a thing. But I reckon they also might announce a new Rayman game because it's been a long time since we've had one of those. Like Legends has been like remastered millions of times or whatever. But I reckon there might be a new one of those, which would be nice.
It's one of those games that you assume must shift a lot because it just always gets ported to everything.
Yeah.
Which
and
suggests
it's good.
People keep buying it. And it's good. That'd be cool. Would you reckon 2D or 3D?
2D again still.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And that's all I got for that.
Are those, do the Rayman games not come out for like console launches? Or is that just my bad memory?
Not
I always know for
necessarily.
every console launch, there's always like a Rayman game, be that like a remaster or something that's just come out, or like a new one. Am I going crazy?
I think you might be going crazy.
Yeah, so no, I'm thinking that actually works for James, because maybe that'll be like a 2020 game and that will come out for launch on new consoles.
Yeah, could do. I've got, and this is this is more a hope than a genuine prediction. New Trackmania, and it is coming to the Switch.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah,
I've got something similar.
Would be perfect. Because I was looking at what... so Nadio, the developers who were bought by Ubisoft like 7 years ago or whatever, I was trying to find out what they're working on, and basically it's like all the internet knows is... they also made a game, Shoot Mania, for the PC.
Oh, really?
Which is team-based multiplayer shooter, yeah. But it never did like massive numbers. And so supposedly all the internet knows is that they've said they're doing an expansion for that, but then that game's pretty old, so I don't think that's really happening. And then apparently they were doing a game called Questmania, but no one really knows what that was, and it was announced about 8 years ago, and no one's heard from it since. So I think they're doing another Trackmania, and I hope they are.
That's a good one.
I really hope it's on the Switch, because that'd be perfect. Or the online will be fucked.
My guess was new Trackmania, and it has a Battle Royale mode.
Okay.
Because
how does that work?
I can't use one because you've just taken it, but because they obviously had like that 100 car mode, didn't they, on Trackmania Turbo?
Oh yeah.
But I feel like that could work as like a battle royale. I'm sure they could.
To be fair, so what? So it's just like that knockout system where like every 10 seconds or whatever, whoever's last gets booted out, basically. But with 100
and maybe the
cars
same
to
with like
start with.
speed boost, and I don't know how they could do it, but
yeah,
I think that there's something they could do. But but you just take a new Trackmania, so that I can't use that one.
No, I mean if you want to stick with the battle royale thing, I think that's different enough.
Do I want to? It's all right when someone hasn't got a more sensible option on the table.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go for it. I haven't got many more for these guys yet. I'm going to say New Trackmania, but it's got a Battle Royale mode. So if it doesn't, and it's just New Trackmania, then I haven't got the point.
I mean, ideally, we're both right.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Because... Oh, no, that's good. And because yours has to be coming to Switch, mine has to have a Battle Royale mode. Okay.
That's what I mean. And they could, they're not mutually exclusive. They could both play.
Perfect world, yeah. With New Trackmania on Switch with Battle Royale.
Yep.
Day one.
Sign me up.
What else have you got, Sean?
That's it for Ubisoft.
Okay. My other one is there's going to be a really boring segment that is just updates for all the games as a service games. So like Rainbow Six Siege, For Honor, Division 2. They've probably got more, haven't they?
Probably. Of course there's going to be a big Division 2 bit, isn't there? Hopefully there'll be a roadmap.
Yeah.
There
will be a roadmap, yeah.
I just think they'll be like, hey, here's the big updates for this, here's the big updates for that. I mean, is that good enough for a guess, or...?
It's a bit obvious, isn't it?
It is a bit obvious.
Okay.
Sorry, Matt.
I'll take that. I guess I'll take that out. Yeah, it was tough. I mean, again, there's loads of like obvious ones for them, but they're a bit
You're not going to
obvious.
chuck Splinter Cell in again?
Well, do I chuck it in? Well, the thing is, I think that if I really believe in the rumor, I should say it'll also be on their stage because I think they'll have.
Well, it
you know what?
definitely
Yes,
would be, wouldn't it? It's not just going to be on.
I'm doing
Microsoft's.
it. Yeah, Splinter Cell.
Although you basically just doubled your...
On the Microsoft one, it'd be a gameplay demo. On this, it'd be like another trailer or something.
Okay. Yeah, all right, fine. James, what have you got?
Yes.
That's all I've got. I've got nothing more for Ubisoft, yeah. Just the Rabbids 2 and New Rayman.
Next is Square Enix.
This one was tough. Like, I found this difficult. I mean, the first game I think obviously is going to be Avengers, and I think maybe they'll finish with the Final Fantasy VII remake, but I didn't have much else apart from that. I mean, I just had here more trailers we've already seen at Microsoft's press conference, and just a wild card, The Quiet Man remastered. Maybe we'll get that.
Remastered?
I don't know what that means,
8K.
but yeah. But apart from that, that's all I got for them. Cause...
fair enough. What about you, Matt?
So Quiet Man remastered.
You're writing it down.
You're writing it down, yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to if that's anything you got. And what's the first one? No, we're not saying loads of stuff on Microsoft conference. I'm not allowing that.
More trailers, we've already seen at Microsoft.
No, I'm not allowing that.
Yeah, no.
Come on, you have to get 2 per person per company.
I don't know because it's just I don't know.
Things like on the spot.
What else does Square Enix do? A new Kingdom Hearts. Okay, a new Kingdom Hearts game. There you go.
I think Kingdom Hearts is done now, isn't it?
Is it? Or is a new one?
I think 3 officially ended it all.
Kingdom Hearts: The Next Chapter or something like that. I don't know. There was some other.
The thing with Kingdom Hearts games is even if they stop making them, there's always more to find. There's so fucking many of them. You'll never run out.
If Life is Strange wasn't done at the moment, I'd say that there was a new one of that coming or something, but they're not going to do anything like that, are they? At this stage.
Do you think they'll use this to announce the complete edition of Life is Strange 2 coming, January 2020 or whatever?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, James, Kingdom Hearts new chapter. What are you thinking? New game? What?
Yeah, just a new Kingdom Hearts game. I don't know, Matt. I really have no idea.
But that's what the game's about. Okay, it's a new Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty vague, but I also think it's quite unlikely, so...
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's locked in now, Sean.
What else do they own, Square Enix? I mean...
Well, they used to have Hitman, and then they got rid of
Well, they used to have Hitman. They used to have, Deus Ex as well, but they got rid of that. It's like, what else do they have?
Did they get rid? Did they actually get rid? I don't remember.
Well, no, they just said that it's kind of on indefinite hiatus, isn't it? They're not...
I suppose they've got everyone working on the Avengers game, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
we're definitely seeing the Avengers game, yeah? That's definitely
I've got one. Okay. Octopath Traveler 2.
Fuck, that was on my list. Oh, okay. That's a good one, I guess.
So all I've got is, so first, I think they'll start with the Final Fantasy VII Remake. And, so for the, other predictions, I just put, I reckon Avengers is going to be a Destiny-style action MMO hybrid, but never mind. That's basically confirmed now.
So what was actually on? So I cut out for a sec.
Oh, sorry, I was saying this. So for the other one, I just put, like Avengers is going to be a sort of an action RPG with sort of online shit.
But we can't have that now, can we?
No, we can't. So I guess you'll have to bin that. The last game, which may not be the last game, but it's worth mentioning because I don't think many people have heard of it. Outriders, which rumours suggest, not rumours, but basically people sort of joining the dots. So People Can Fly, makers of Bulletstorm. Yeah, so they've basically said they're making a new game for Square Enix, and this game Outriders, which is being published by Square Enix, has been teased in the last
the
sort
Twitter
of
account
week.
went live this week, didn't it?
Yeah.
I saw people mentioning it.
Yeah, and it's just been posting sort of weird sort of teaser stuff, and it appears to be about bit sort of Mass Effect Andromeda style, basically a big ship with loads of people in cryosleep going to find a new Earth to settle on. And I'm willing to bet things don't go according to plan.
You don't say. I think you think that's going to end their conference?
I think
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine. Well, okay. So one of my predictions, I come back to first and last game in a minute. One of my predictions was a trailer for the new People Can Fly game, but I was under the impression that was like a AAA shooter. That was what was spoken of before.
Yeah,
maybe
could be.
It can be both. I guess, can't it?
Yeah, it could be both.
So this is annoying because, well, actually, luckily I wrote down 4 predictions for this because you've both now taken 2 of mine. The other one was Octopath Traveler. I think they will start with Avengers.
Okay.
And I think they'll end with Final Fantasy 16, which is
okay.
I think that's a new Final Fantasy. I'm fairly sure they stopped at 15.
That's where we're up to now.
Yeah. So they're going to end with the new. Well, I'm going to say explicitly Final Fantasy 16.
Okay.
The next big one in the franchise.
I think on the one hand that seems too obvious, but also I think it's too soon. So I think it's quite
when did
improbable.
15 come out? Because I don't really play those games.
Actually, it's probably longer ago than I thought. I think it's probably a couple of years old now. So so maybe you're right. If once that was done, they then got to work on something else. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, they put out a fair bit of DLC for it. They also did that Pocket Edition, which was the entire game, but boiled down a little bit to run on the phone, on smartphones or the Switch, which was weird, and apparently it's really good. I'm not clear whether they've been free to work on something new entirely for the last 2 years or whatever, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I in my mind, there's always a Final Fantasy game coming out. But I haven't heard about a new one, and I thought, sod it. It's pretty hard to think of any more for this. Yeah,
this isn't a prediction, but I know so Yoko Taro of Nier and Nier Automata fame has been working on the new content for Final Fantasy XIV, the online one.
Okay.
And I think that's out soon, or maybe it's already out, who knows. So they might do a thing about that, but again, it's not really a prediction. It's just, be interesting.
So you're not thinking Nier Automata 2, you're thinking...
because I think Yoko Taro has been working on this expansion for Final Fantasy XIV, so I think he's been busy.
Oh, right, okay. I get you.
And especially because obviously Nier Automata was made by Platinum as well, so it's not like it's an internal team at Square Enix who've just been sat around twiddling their thumbs since, So
yeah, because one of my guesses was Nier Automata 2.
Okay.
And now I'm thinking...
I'll be very happy if you're right.
Yeah, again, I was sort of struggling with this one, but
yeah.
Okay, one of my other predictions is a release date for the first episode of Final Fantasy VII.
Okay,
an actual date for it.
Yeah, is it definitely still episodic? Have they stuck with that?
I believe so. Yeah. I haven't heard anything to say otherwise.
Right,
I think whatever they show of Final Fantasy VII, people are going to complain about it. I think that's
absolutely,
definitely going to happen.
Are they? I thought people were pretty receptive to the most recent trailer.
I thought there was complaints about the episodic stuff and all that kind of thing.
Well, yeah,
maybe they're over the fact that so when they first showed the remake, it was very much not like the original, wasn't it? Like the combat system was different and stuff. So there was some upset around that, but I guess people are mostly over it by now. And
Yeah,
don't know.
but now people just want to know how much and when. And I think the when will be answered during a conference.
Mm-hmm.
So did you have two other predictions, Sean?
No, that's all I've got.
So you've just got the first game and last game?
Yeah.
Well, come on, just throw some mad stuff out there.
This is the desperation, Sean.
Well, the idea was we have like first and last and two predictions.
Yeah, but for some of these shows, it's just, there's nothing good, is there? It's just all obvious.
Taken. Yeah. All right, Dragon Quest Builders 3.
Okay.
They keep making those and people keep buying them. Is that even Square Enix? Yeah, it's Square Enix, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, come on.
Fuck it. I don't know. That's it, mate. That's all I've got.
Just think
honestly.
of the first mad Square Enix franchise and put a number on it.
All right, do you know what? Shit, what's it called? I'm gonna have to look it up. I think it is called Project Awakening. Is a game. I don't know. Have either of you seen the trailer for this?
No.
So this surfaced. I think it was like late last year. Trailer for this game called Project Awakening came out, and it's by CY Games, or a Japanese studio who make a lot of shit, a lot of anime games and stuff. I have no interest in, but this looks like a cool sort of Dark Souls meets Monster Hunter meets Shadow of the Colossus style thing. Basically, there's just this really excellent trailer of this guy with a sword and shield facing off against a big beastie and getting 7 shades knocked out of him. And it looks cool as hell. So CY Games are typically, they publish their own stuff, but mostly because it's a lot of like phone games and PC stuff. But their sort of bigger budget console stuff has either been published by Bandai Namco or Square Enix. So could be Square Enix, and it could be at the E3 conference, couldn't it?
Yeah. So it's just called Project Awakening. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming the actual game is called something else. But
that's where we are so far with it.
Yeah.
And James,
it looks great in the video. It's like it doesn't look like it's super early in development or anything, but
okay,
we'll
cool.
see.
Okay, well, we got the two guesses. That's the main thing. James, just want to clarify: Quiet Man Remastered. That's your second one, and the first one's new.
No, it wasn't. I changed it. to what was it? I forgot what I even said now.
Well, new Kingdom Hearts game.
Kingdom Hearts. Quiet Man Remastered. No, backing out.
It was Octopath Traveler 2. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, one of mine. Yeah.
Come on, can we get onto the main event now? Go on.
Nintendo.
Yeah, let's go.
I mean, yeah, I said the other week, so Nintendo are last, so everyone's going to do that thing of like, oh, E3's been disappointing, but it's okay because Nintendo are last and they're going to turn it around and save it for everyone.
That's happened every year so far.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, James, do you want to go first? I know you're excited.
Okay, I think they're going to open with Fire Emblem, the 3 houses, and I think this is a bit of a gamble, but I think their last game's going to be Bayonetta 3.
Ooh. Okay. Ooh.
Massive gamble, but I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, okay. All right, fine. I can see that.
So, as we spoke about on last year's E3 show, Fire Emblem Tree Houses. We're going to start with that and end with Bayonetta 3. Okay.
Yep.
All right. What else
as a Bayonetta 3, so nothing's been confirmed for that, is it? Am I right?
Well, it's been confirmed that it's in development.
Oh, okay. It's been confirmed it's in development, but we haven't seen anything. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Sean, what do you think first game?
So I think the first game is going to be the bloody smartphone Mario Kart.
No way.
Fuck off.
If they do that, imagine if they do that. Like the abuse there's going to be, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, I was just thinking about all the boiling piss the world over. It's just
That'd
too
be
funny.
so good because you'll be like, okay, it's been disappointing E3. No, sorry, no E3. no EA. Don't worry. Hit Nintendo. It's like, welcome to our Direct. It's like, ding, and then that comes on.
And the
screen.
coins are just microtransactions, and they make you go faster, and you have to start pumping another 10p, quick.
Wow.
No, it won't be that. But open Mario Kart Telephone Edition, and I think they will end on a very long Animal Crossing section.
Yeah, I've got that on mine as well. I think there's going to be like an extensive Animal Crossing segment.
Yeah, I think that's going to be like the main event.
And I think they'll also give a date for it, and I think it's going to be like November this year. And
Fucking this is a good stuff. So James is saying long Animal Crossing segment and the day and the month. Wow. Okay.
yeah, I think it's going to be November. But then also, I think the thing that's going to
say which day in November?
I'm not giving you a day in November. It's in November. I'm not that.
Oh,
stupid.
come on! You don't have to pick a Friday.
Yeah, exactly. How hard can it be?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm absolutely not doing that. But also, I think there's something that's going to enrage me, and I think there's going to be an awful connection with Pocket Camp. It's going to be like, it's going to be like you have to play it with Pocket Camp as well, otherwise it doesn't work for some reason.
No, they won't say that. They'll say if you play Pocket Camp, you can upload some stuff and you get exclusive.
No,
I
like
reckon it's going to be
you've unlocked or something.
It's going to be integral. You'll see, it's going to be integral to the experience. It'll be something.
Like you have to have a smartphone. No, that would never happen in a million years, James.
I've been waiting for this game for ages, Matt. They're going to wreck it somehow. You'll see. It's going to be something like that.
Okay. So James, you're saying long Animal Crossing section date in November. Sean, you also saying long Animal Crossing section.
I've put it as my last game, but yeah, I think it'll be a long
that's
one.
cool. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah. James, what's your second prediction?
I think that they'll announce Mario 3D World available now, like that it's available for download right now.
Okay. Have Nintendo ever done that available now thing?
Yeah, they've done it many times.
Yeah, it's one thing they're actually quite savvy with when it comes to this stuff.
Because also, there's been you saw that tweet about the one of those shops that had they had 22 new games that were being that looked like it was going to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, I thought Metroid Trilogy was a chance, but I think that's not going to happen.
Well,
now.
because they've gone back to the drawing board on it, haven't they? So, going to be a while on that one.
No, he's saying trilogy.
Oh, sorry, the trilogy, not Prime. Not Prime 4, yeah.
I think that's not going to happen. I think that's sort of...
I think it'd be stupid to have that in your predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
3D World, though.
See, interestingly, so I've put Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 on Switch.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Oh, that would be so good.
And I've also got Dante coming to Smash Brothers. Because I was thinking, they're going to add people to Smash Brothers. There's still, a few characters left, in the current, whatever it is, season pass. And, I think Dante's going to be one of them. Because he's a character I could think of who would be quite good in Smash Brothers.
Why not, yeah?
I reckon also that, Doug Bowser, he'll do his first, appearance.
Oh, yeah. Debut,
and I think everyone will be please, Reggie, come back. I think, because I think it'll be not good. But yeah.
Do you think he'll do it in a Bowser costume and it'll be like, do you get it?
Yeah, something like that.
So you're saying Doug Bowser dies in the direct?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, not actually. I hope not.
Yeah, sort of metaphorically dies, yeah.
Well, you think it's been a really cringe-worthy, embarrassing performance?
Yes.
Oh, poor Bowser.
Yeah.
I think he's going to crush it. So I think first game Animal Crossing.
Yep.
We'll come back to my last game. I think prediction 1, Metroid Prime Trilogy.
Okay.
I think they are going to say. I don't know when, but they'll say Metroid Prime Trilogy. I think especially given Prime 4 has been delayed. I think get us out on Switch. Get people
excited. Keep them sweet.
Yeah,
it's a nice.
I don't know if that's substantial enough for a prediction, though.
Yeah.
You don't think it is?
I mean, to be fair, no, I got away with Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, so no, fuck it. No, you're right.
Yeah, Metroid Prime Trilogy out. Okay, Metroid Prime Trilogy out this year.
I think that needs to be an out now deal, don't you think?
Yeah. I don't think they're going to do that at all. And they certainly wouldn't do 2. I think it'll be out this year. If you think that's not good enough, then I've got plenty more in the back pocket. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, okay. No, I just it would be cool if that was and it is out now thing.
Okay,
but
I'm going with it.
Okay, fine.
Wind Waker Switch port.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I don't think they're going to do that because that got. I mean, it was ported to Wii U, so there is. But no, I don't think that's going to happen because they've got that. Link's Awakening remake coming, and I don't think they're going to want to have two Zelda games coming out really
fair enough.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, but is that allowed at least?
No.
You're not allowing that.
No, James, let him have the bad guess if
All right,
you
yeah,
want.
sure, go for it. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
No, it's okay. No, I'm ditching it. Right, another guess. New Pikmin game announced.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's not a bad one.
yes, please. It's one of those that's been long enough that it's like, well, they either totally could make one, or have they definitely decided they're never doing another one ever again?
Yeah.
New Pikmin. And okay, so Metroid Prime Trilogy. You saying yay or nay for that one?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, well I've got another one. A new Monkey Ball game announced.
No chance.
Ooh.
There's no
Why
chance
not?
that's going to happen.
Why not?
Who's going to develop it, Matt?
Well, can't Sega do it?
Well, yeah, but that team I don't think even exists anymore.
Someone else?
Yeah, but it's not like a massive
Get someone
name,
else
is it?
in. Anyone can do it. It's only Monkey Ball.
Yeah, just get some guys in a room.
I mean, I know that there's people that are like really into that, but they're quite a small group of people.
Do you know I've never played a Monkey Ball game?
Oh, Sean, you should. They're great.
They're all right.
Okay,
I mean,
okay, I'm going to take it off then. But if it gets announced, I'm going to kill you. My big one, arguably my biggest out of all these guesses for all these publishers and developers.
Can't wait to hear
Last
this.
game. What's that?
Splinter Cell? Is it Splinter Cell, Matt?
Fuck, it is. It's the Splinter Cell remake.
trilogy coming to the Switch.
No, it didn't come out on Wii. Splinter Cell.
Probably.
Anyway, regardless, it is. They're going to show off or tease the next 3D Zelda game.
They're not going to do that.
Well, it's my guess, James. Well, I'm thinking basically, we need the follow-up for Breath of the Wild has to happen at some point, right?
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, obviously, it was like, it was both. It came on both Wii U and on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like 3. How old is Switch? Like 3 years, isn't it?
2, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 years. Okay. I know that they could say, here's maybe a logo. I don't expect gameplay. I just expect like the most basic of announcements. But here is something relating to the next mainline Zelda game.
See,
I think it's too soon.
I just don't think they're going to do that when they've got Link's Awakening coming. Because why would you do that? Like, there's, why would you? If they've already got that coming, why would you announce another one?
Because that's one type of Zelda game, and this is the next follow up to Breath of the Wild.
I think that comes later. I don't think it's coming just yet.
Yeah, I think Breath of the Wild being such a landmark means that it's going to be years before we see anything mainline.
I'm sticking with it, but you're probably right.
No, fine.
Okay, well, I think that's all our predictions, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
I am gutted I'm not going to be watching any of these live, man. It's going to kill me.
Especially for all these Splinter Cell trailers you're going to miss.
I know.
On every platform.
Everyone is showing the new Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss
Devolver
every single
kind of
Splinter
funny
Cell trailer. God, yeah. So we've not even touched on those because they're sort of impossible to do predictions for. But yeah, I mean they'll be interesting as well. I'm really excited to hear what they show.
The Devolver, you said.
Yeah, and there's a kind of funny one as well.
Yeah,
right?
it's a kind of funny game showcase. They said they've got over like 60 indie games. They're going to be announced in like the hour or whatever they got, so that's going to be quite good. And then in Devolver, that's going to be madness. As
obviously,
I'm
also incredibly anxious because, so we mentioned the fact that you guys might choose to lie about things, and obviously, us sitting here and going through our predictions, it's basically like I've just given you a list of things I want to see, and therefore you're going to use that information against me.
Who knows? It could be just the greatest E3 of all time, Sean. We don't know.
It could just be that good.
We don't know. I mean, if even half of these work out, it's going to be incredible. I guess if anything, like since doing this show and like the E3 productions, that's arguably made like E3 more of an anticlimax because in our heads we've got the greatest E3 of all time written down and predicted.
Yeah, like we can't just show up and enjoy it for what it is. We insist on building it up like this beforehand, and then never mind.
So yeah, that's all our predictions. I'm not going to recap the lot because there's so much, but safe to say, Splinter Cell's coming, and the rest, it is what it is. Oh, I can't wait!
Right, so that's it, isn't it, for this episode? That's us done. I'm going to stream me leaving the internet on Friday if you're listening to this.
Yes.
So obviously this comes out on the Wednesday. So yeah, if you're listening to this before the 7th or on the 7th, so 9 p.m. British summertime. I'm going to do a stream. So basically, last year Matt did one, and I think we're going to make it a tradition that you have to put on a suit. And someone just dropped from the call.
It was James, but don't worry about it.
It was James. We'll crack on.
He'll come back.
So I'm going to put on a suit, and I'm going to leave the internet, and you can watch me deleting all the apps off my phone.
I cannot wait. So that's Friday night
have a little cry. Yeah, really excited. I think it's going to be a fun stream, but also I'm going to hate not being on the internet.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
What I'm sort of, I'm just filling time until James gets back. But what I'm sort of like worried about is like, we're getting so close now to Friday and you leaving. It's like, I don't want there to be any big leaks. I don't want there to be any like anything. Well, this is it. Yeah. Dropping.
So obviously, if anything big does come out, you're just going to have to tell. Like, don't tell me what it is, obviously, but just tell me, and I'll just have to exit immediately. I suppose. Yeah.
Get off Twitter now. Like,
so if this. So if there is no stream on Friday, that's because I had to make an emergency evacuation from cyberspace.
I had to quickly leave the internet. Yeah, I'm just like every day. I'm like, what's being and like obviously in the last week or two there has been announcements. Like we've had like the Modern Warfare trailer and this and that, and I'm like, okay, we can have a few more, but I don't want loads and definitely no massive leaks. And the every minute and every day that gets closer to the weekend, I'm like. Something's going to drop. And last year, Microsoft's entire press conference got leaked on the weekend?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, no, it wasn't last year. It was the year I was online, so it must have been the year before. But yeah, bad.
Yeah, didn't they accidentally broadcast the rehearsal of it or something?
I think maybe like the deck got leaked or something.
Yeah.
And I guess so that's Friday. Sean's leaving the internet Friday night at 9 p.m. on twitch.tv/The Computer Game Show. Normally I'll be doing Bloodborne on Sunday. And on this Sunday, the one that's gone, I'm like, oh yes, I'll see you Sunday. Until someone in the chat said, no, E3 is happening. I was like, oh my God, you're totally right. So there's no Bloodborne this Sunday at 9 because E3 is kicking off. And then on next Tuesday, there'll be no Play by the Bell because we'll be recording the podcast, hopefully, to come out next Wednesday. In the last couple of years, like myself and James and or Dave had to spend like a little bit longer offline, so the podcast was delayed. But we're intending to record next Tuesday night, so the pod will be out as usual on Wednesday.
Yeah. Which is great for me and for the listeners. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was always a shame where I had to delay it last time, but that is happening. In terms of E3, on our Discord, we've got an E3 2019 channel, so we'll be there. I mean, I'll certainly be there. Sean won't. I hope not. We'll be there, sort of chatting when it comes to any of the live conferences, any hours of the day. We'll be in there. Talking all sorts of crap. So to go to bit.ly/TCGS Discord or find the link on our website, thecomputergameshow.com. There's a link in the footer. There's loads of channels of all sorts of stuff, but there is an E3 2019 channel now. So we're going to get in there. We're going to talk stuff about the conferences. I cannot wait. And that's it. Again, I'm talking about Twitch. If you've got Amazon Prime, you've also got Twitch Prime. And with that, you get one free subscription a month. We'd really appreciate it. If you came over to our channel and gave us a subscription, it's amazing. All of those of you that have done so far, it's brilliant, and we really appreciate the money and just you come over and subscribe to the channel. So yeah, if you do that, appreciate that. Should say goodbye. I mean, James still isn't here.
No,
we filled long enough.
Thing is, he'll have left his recording going, so you'll just get an audio file of him just being like, "What's the?" Yeah, look, he's just messaged us saying he's still recording.
Him just clattering around.
Yeah, so just mute that. On James's behalf, thanks for listening. I've really enjoyed recording this, and I'm really looking forward to next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. The greatest week in games is almost upon us. We're sorry you won't be there, Sean, but it'd be worth it when you get back. Yeah, fingers crossed. Right, cool. See you next week, and thank you for letting us. Well, just me and Matt, not James. Yeah. Thank you for letting us be natural. Good night. Bye bye. James, stop recording now. Oh no, you can't.